It am say. Now we can go saying.
Oh, it was a good weekend. I got good rest. The whole of Sunday. So that was a good weekend.
Okay.
Rest for me. And I think that's the most important thing.
I don't know, say me too castle but as I was chikakra.
Then I don't know because maybe I'm gonna say
yeah. Collins Mr. Mumrana mun check fifia yin ma me na say ne voice no wa chikakra.
And what more transfers makoya?
Transfers.
More transfer move na makoya.
Ebi ni dia he.
There be unti
Minty.
Unti say Marco Villa akuriwi.
Aston Villa.
Yeah. Marco farm midfield and forward. So Marco Villa midfield be na try and come with.
Oh, Abranti.
I don't revenue.
Oh, nye Chelsea for Adamfo.
Chelsea.
Oh, madam, you Telemans. Now the referee do the yam.
Senior. Yes,
Telemans. Na Chelsea net ne wo so se ya. Afu bia tuasun akwawi. Oba Manchester.
What do you make of it?
Good player. Abraham Kopem Sadumi no ebobo. LIVESTREAM. Wadi kan kra tena se ode eko amanene. Wabobo ansana no pi owia ye de fisam ade ebema mo ansana ebekasimadu na dumienu na bona ya pejemu a jade aka no ade amamo na monsoma bechamadwen awo eye djumadie no asosese de say de no ameka kyerem no we are back on Facebook. Enti se say enya YouTube nkwa da betimi ahwen obetimi asan ahwe djumadie no live on Facebook. Insurance 4.5 FM on Facebook. Insurance 4.5 FM. And now oko YouTube unsua eye Insha TV. YouTube Insha TV. Na wa subscribe channel no ediamami uwia. Both YouTube and then Facebook nano obetimi eja message no awo. Na LIVESTREAM de yakwa ne ye ba messages ni nano ya kenkan edi amamo na yamama chin ya namase anopay. For choosing Nhyira FM and then of course Nhyira Passports Ebra. Yatina Sina Yedi the Tuesday edition of Nhyira Digital Passport Jumedino Edi Ebremo. Na enne 2026 World Cup no semi-finals. The first game no so na between France and Spain. France and Spain. Yami aduma you 7 p.m. and a game no Ebaso awo Dallas fa o prediction na bra. Is a France and Spain why and now a being in Yonkona or call a finance. Obey me do message now for Facebook and now for YouTube nano. Na ya can ediama. Of course, club football so no you better transfers Liverpool. You say I'm open a Bradley Barcola free a Paris Saint-Germain. Afe Alejandro Garnacho Abrantin so no of Manchester joining Chelsea. You say AC Milan amoni edge Abrantin one. Person mo efana no so ahonsam awaha Jabi Alonso Chelsea coach or interview na opening interview no confirm say James na edna abeye captain ede ama Chelsea of course also person Enzo Fernandez etna na obono ball edema Chelsea ahonsam ni na no ebeba ebra LIVESTREAM etna sina ode akọ amanene yebefia Nations FC omo boabo omo na makobo Africa as in CAF Confederations Cup no na eno no omo CEO Kennedy Boachiansa anso e dia desrede bi ato regional minister nim and abani nyina omo se kwan na leading to abrankese no nyamianum kwani saban amfexe kwan na amoma anhwa na CAF anje abrankese enso entimi antum ene Nations so nyina ne koba na yabedu nkomo atimi edi amamo Black Stars on ha na Black Stars goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi also the nano ato ayeka creators in sensemi mu osepani no obadwuma bruta na sen company for betumi amanatena on the nkebem no ebe de pa anso nsamo ha ni na na gise yakoba na ebidi sankomo ni na no etimi edi amamo insurance 4.5 for young company nimra na yeba abida fontana se Richard Nye Ati for Kwamani.
Amusu garlic bitters, Mamoja dear fruit.
Excellent addition.
Premier League proven.
Yes.
Number 8.
And a player Bia was Chelsea that them penal.
Number 8, waiting about 6. Asaka.
Yuli Telemant.
Yuri Tilleman. And if you are reading from most of the outlets, Manchester United, all parties involved, including Aston Villa, have agreed a deal for a brand here friend Yuri Tillemans to come to Manchester United. So for me, I've said it several times. One of the most underrated midfielders of Premier League in him. He doesn't get the credit for the job that he does. Even at time I know Leicester City crown, I don't think Yuri Tillemans got the credit that he should have gotten as a midfielder. And adding Yuri Tillemans to Andre Santos, now already Bruno Fernandes, then you are going to add now near the midfield no Obia or basically a ball winner. United in 50. And I like the fact that maybe because Carrick, a midfielder himself, is able to spot the right midfielders and then bring him to the club. It's a very good deal. And a Manchester United are going for a branch of friend Yuri Tillemans. And also even the role of play for the Belgian national team in the just ended World Cup. He was very instrumental for Rudy Garcia. At some point in time, he was a captain of the Belgian national team. So it tells you how much of the quality of branch of friend Yuri Tillemans, and that is Premier League proven. For open Premier League proven power. Then I am branch of friend Yuri Tillemans. And I think you add up this year. Moment for pair. Nanka mo call Matheus Fernandes on West Ham and Torian Fondi 85 million Kofire, then Sandro Tonali 100 million. It looks as if in the last 2 deals Amari has been very sensible. And I don't say.
And so do shade too much.
No, but say any shade.
Shade now to you.
No.
No, so okay sensible. I mean that as a previous yeah in the answer service you sebi then you answer him.
No, as a David American,
it has been sensible. So it means that the previous one that I didn't know. Sebi.
No, that does not mean. So because idea we nyansa woman. And don't just say no on compare. What I'm trying to say is that when you chance and Kabe sign Matheus Fernandes, 85 million. United said they'll be mentor, Toria Makoto. You could have bought Sandro Tonali. It's not as if United don't have money. 100 million. United said mentor, Tottenham Makoto. That could have been 185 million. And also, okay, me were 48 million daho plus 2. Me the back quarters I for Andre Santos.
So a prudent spending.
Prudent means sensible. It means wise. It's the same thing. Oh, couple far away die. Man, I who a gun in me pa. Gun in na semi pacho. I go see me crew make you appeal for me pacho. Me so ya boa. It's what pacho ya boa. That's your prudent sensible. Same thing.
You say Hanwa any diplomatic.
So said to me.
So shan to maybe.
Meanwhile, at the other time, sensible.
That's all no papa kasa. That's da. What's my kind there? There's no sense. It doesn't make sense.
This okay say asma ka emi na kakra.
I said da what's me there? Emi na kakra.
So
you catch your papa say da what's my kind there? I say nyan asa no kra no onfa hu u kan nyansa nim no. We are there now be fifio.
I mean Rich, honestly speaking, meaning for you as a United fan,
okay,
what do you make of the 2 deals now? I
think said the Oka, good addition.
Yeah.
And more the Premier League experience.
Yeah. Especially for Yuri Tillemans.
Yeah, Yuri Tillemans.
Yeah.
Obianim Abrante no from Leicester, right?
Yeah, from Leicester. No, then Leicester is not called Aston Villa, yes.
Yeah. To Aston Villa. So when it comes to the experience of war Premier League very, very, very vast. And I think say getting him about yen camp no and obey me a boy with the because on say Kofi Makacho say season a year running.
Yeah.
And a bachelor United ye team no say last season sa performance na you put in up no.
Yeah.
Say you bet me akoni said ye call no na here additions.
Yeah.
And we need to up our game.
Yeah.
Because of say last season na Premier League in Kwana niye. What I say? But now yeah the Champions League football ba ka ho. Together with the other competitions about body account. And to one your squad depth team that result that we had last season.
Even away from squad that United needed to rebuild midfield no.
Of course.
Because Casemiro got And again I thought that per one we have more dominant midfield profiles. Omwa Onimadjuma ni but to Samson in Bonebo. So bit Ugarte, he knows how to work and then gets the ball. But what the can sana adding so the Bayajuma. But when you have Obi to say Yuri Tillman, he's good on the ball and also a workaholic without the ball, and that is a solid addition. Or 29 years, more for 35 million pounds release clause. That is the only issue I see. The resale value now, Munya Ewa Brentford and Yuri Tillman deal. But apart from that, it has been a very, very good deal for Tima. Your friend of Manchester United, any Brent, your friend Yuri Tillemans to be able to have been very, very important player. Which means we went to Rio to go and see if you been your friend of Pep Chaveria. Now, Pep Chaveria, your Cocodine Komono, yes, there is good positivity about the physicality, the combat. Boys no move outside of Spain, no. Very, very combative. Indeed. Obetimi a player on so, but then he thing like the likes of Cook. Even Obetimi Martin Ibanez will be Mendy. Then say you steal the ball away from him. Very combative player. So that is why Chelsea wanted a brand friend Pep Chaveria. Rich Pep Chaveria was 25 million euros release clause. All right. Now Chelsea for na bomber say boy need the 28. You kita 18 million. 50 million plus 3 million add-ons. Into Eka, Rio for no engine the 18 million release clause no. Enfa boy no, enfa Chelsea for. Rio for wanna say for them, they want the 25 million release clause no, 100% Chelsea into ya and sana almost the player no at the Chelsea Football Club. Something which is very, very important for them. Almost 25 million. Which Chelsea for no echo say. Extensively. I will say that they want the 25 million, but I get where Chelsea are coming from. Where the 28?
28 is when
say 18 million a day now. Who will come and pay the release clause of Pep Chaveria? One. Before say Jabi Alonso and then the squad and then the staff when that's why they could now recommend him. So I'm Juma or Chelsea. A better deal for anybody to go and sit down and scout. Okay, me pay fullback and a 28 after this summer he's going to be 29.
Oh, 30 man.
One bit time. So in Carayo for Nintiasi, Nanka Chelsea mom 18 million. They take the boy. The bad side is that Chelsea for the guy can say they will give Alonso everything he wants for this summer. The more that deal prolongs, no, you better call preseason 20 feet. When you're born a man, then Alonso started preseason without the players you promised that you give him. You are starting the season on the bad footing. So they also should be very careful. And a lot of reports in Spain, I hope it doesn't materialize. Chelsea have started contacting Madrid for Alvaro Carreras. We say Zabina didn't call Madrid when he came there. So they started asking questions about Alvaro Carreras. Chelsea should finalize a deal for Abentia and Pep Chaveria and then forget about Abentia. Your friend Alvaro Carreras. Now, someone pass your catch here, Tono. Roma for us, the money better from so much music.
About 50 money. And what do you 50?
Yeah, this Santos Irana.
50. Santos.
Santos, like 75.
Santos.
Matias Fernandez, 185 for Matotian.
Oh, come on, Kofi.
Santos, I get packaging you.
No, you see, Santos now, Wakano. One Casaudi to say on your starter or Chelsea.
And they say,
and to play on your starter near 1250. What's it so nature how?
Ah, na say potential ne kasa.
Potential.
Now who near better
potential in another to bench.
We all know is that.
Yeah, Kofi, yeah, how you remove, yeah, buy. Oh, play out the bench, what tournament 50. And the other chairman, Betty, ever home.
Since I catch you say, senior,
and say it's Musumuni Roma Mundili.
Oh, yeah,
what to be Tony, yeah, fine. What
to said they want to do like the Donian Milan style, no? Ombeji loan half of how much else you want to get for him, and then an obligation to buy when the season ends. So, Brantia, your friend Ali Garnacho. I don't know how to end with this. That will go to World Cup. Let's see who is the Italy for no after World Cup, no? Of course, World Cup you move, but Germany for free, no. They've appointed Jurgen Klopp as a manager. Now Italy for now qualify, and one I don't see England for ni Norway for ni free, no. And Giorgio Chiellini call on Instagram. I could post pictures of that kind. Norway for preventing the Italians from qualifying, and they went to Albania. What's the name? I think Bosnia Herzegovina, and also man qualify on via penalty shootout. I don't go posting a troll message towards the Norwegians. Some come be a quarter final. Then we saw say the Italian Football Federation have appointed 2 people, which Omedika appointed Maldini as the sporting director of the Italian Football Federation. And I'm appointing Leonardo as the technical advisor of the Italian national team. So 2 very prominent Italians to lead the charge for Italy. And Omajuma first one is to find a coach. Italy, if one say, they have recycled managers after manager after manager. Coach Spalletti, now back Conte, now back to when you want them. They want to look for a proper manager that will take them to the next level. And the name on a lot of the lips, what is it? Because Joseph Guardiola able Italy penny. So he has been in Italy before. Roberto Baggio, he has a certain love for the Italians. That is the first man that they are looking at. Which say, convince Pep. So after so Man City a Jumano to and come for the Italian national team.
National team I doubt.
Nanyana Jurgen Klopp akwaje Germany no.
No, Jurgen Klopp no. Clearly after Liverpool no bibia chese na as a club football no. Onye ready.
Yeah.
But Pep I doubt.
Rich media when it comes to managers and things like this,
Pep want to continue with club business and national team.
Club.
Yep.
Which club?
Oh, now the Pep to Onya club is
there 2 different things. It's not about Onya club. But club is being in the Pep.
Pep na kasa na own pin the door.
Exactly.
But national team adwuma I doubt.
Rich. Because will open the doors, he has not opened his doors to what? And the club football, which club is available and obey the Pep adwuma? Ne boyhood Barcelona. And it can be very easy to walk into. But then the Barcelona job is being done by Hans-Dieter Flick. When you have 2 years contract extension. So the near future, no, it doesn't look like Pep is going to Barca in 6 months, 1 year. It doesn't look like that. And Pep on Madrid.
Pep coach no hunana.
Nyanto was Pep on Madrid. So when you're looking at where Pep can go, it is more national team. Unless your ball captain, Louis de la Fuente puts the job down and Pep goes to the Spanish national. In fact, I have a personal thought say, in Madrid, the Juma we are mad. Jose Mourinho would have taken the Portuguese job. Madrid, the Juma we in Camar. Jose could have gone to the Portugal national team, and with Jurgen going to Germany, Cecil Spain side no La Fuente on the Juma. I think that Zidane also say about France. I'm for Italy, man. Italy, I hear Europe, Ghana of Europe. Chef, you watch it. I don't know if Leonardo Mo will be able to convince Joseph Guardiola to come in. Finally, on the transfers, whoever is the agent of Ferran Torres, I respect him. And me, I say, Makanda, say football transfers. Or be a football agent. Their job is essentially marketing. Nejumani say, or no will find a need for no commodity, no, which is the player. And then make sure to be better. No one any agency fees and that's when you're on the commission or con baby. It's as simple as that. Now, Ferran Torres deal where I want to know about Paris Saint-Germain has a possibility of helping Barcelona in 2 different folds. One, Ferran Torres agent likes that. Luis Enrique now or the coach of Paris Saint-Germain, he doesn't like out and out center forwards. Gonzalo Ramos has not played as much for him. He likes much more versatile center forwards. Play a bit more left, a bit more right, a bit more as a second striker, a bit more as a false number 9, as a Spaniard as he is. He has coached him in the Spanish national team before. So just after say Gonzalo Garcia, Ramos, every team AC Milan pay. They have now sent the proposal to Paris Saint-Germain and say, so who will replace Gonzalo Ramos? Yeah. Even before you go and do the Julian Alvarez deal or think about it, think of Ferran Torres. And which, to be honest, the Parisians are thinking about a possible move for him. There is an option to extend at Barca, but I think that he may like a new challenge. Now, so almost top Ferran Torres and Anya Shekra 40, 45, 50 they may get from him. Omunya says, Kana, he give Barcelona extra funds to now go to Atletico Madrid and say that first now we'll say 100 and saying, that's
smart move.
I can come and buy him. So he doesn't need Ferran Torres, but he can use Ferran Torres to go and buy the striker and no panel and on the team in him. And I think that can be a very, very good move for Team Friend Football Club Barcelona and their branch of
Ferran Torres. Spain. Coach in Spain, Luis Enrique.
Coaching on national team pay.
And so we are, you can't say PhD born on Bona. And Spain, they are similar.
Of course.
So what I say, so ubet me 15 quickly.
Yeah.
Now, wait me about. So I think Ferran Torres do need it. Spot on.
There was a time there was a report in Spain. I don't know how true that is, unconfirmed. Say Ferran Torres had dated Luis Enrique's daughter before. Yeah. And he has a special. He says, I girls now they are teaching me. I no problem. I no boy sleeping.
But so papa no no with it. Of our normal.
You video go find the wood.
You World Cup no kakra na. So say moving to the summits.
Yeah.
So far, our general impression about World Cup, especially that Argentina claims, say, oh, as a World Cup, scripted. FIFA ne omo World Cup no na certainly no Messi and Argentina ebe win the World Cup no ebiem ansana Messi. I say goodbye to AF football. With Argentina games no omo bono. Sa claims na especially omo game against Switzerland. I mean,
the World Cup is not scripted. Don't let anybody lie to you. Nobody can script the World Cup. It only means football corruption room. People manipulate results, but at this level, it means that you have to compromise not just 1 or 2 or 3 referees. And so ultimately try compromising with people on the Swiss team. Because granted, Sabona Braille and Bolo Coco da from Roli Yaudi and me man red card no. It means that how will you know Sir Brian and Bolo baby visa? And again, when you go to the laws of the game, it is clear in there. Yeah, about World Cup no. IFAB made changes to those rules. Also you simulate here. You get that card. And simulation doesn't have to only be in the penalty box alone. The rules are clear.
How is it since when? And a verbum.
And I'm saying,
says we'll be put a ball where they or shed down on where down or two. Since when you're the verbum?
Mistaken identity. Before this World Cup, the VAR made changes to mistaken identity. Say, in the situation, referee mistake, a cock of at the card, and or be any sort of the manner. VAR can tell him, say, why yet the wrong mistake. So, mistaken identity is another. The rule changed before the World Cup. IFAB made an other additions to our rules. No? So, it won't be another, Rich. Football, no, and go for catastrophe, send you my witchery. But Rich, Eddie. That is why usually it's in an obscure place, club K12. You can do it. I'm not saying that any boom.
Oh, yeah.
But this level, it's very difficult.
Because here go World Cup, and I mean can say started World Cup.
Yeah.
Almost started with Portugal.
Yeah.
Some message the last edition.
Yeah.
Into this season, you know, and I said this year, you know,
yeah.
FIFA be beyond Cristiano Ronaldo. This is not a Kofi.
Which
then 10 Abba Argentina. And you see, only the amount of near fan.
So that you continue. One day, me call me guys the one they go here Juma. See me drew on. I think it was Mark Larkum Stony. You know, catch him say there is a cartoon be. Now, that cartoon not predicting you. See what World Cup to the extent of the color of the ball. Refi cartoon idi. And I'm say how? No, I'm say cartoon. I'm trying to change. Sani pakono or predicting even Iran anywhere in Tokwani adi adinya. Into my predicting be to World Cup in the Portugal beje because last minute the Portugal flag born a color. See, you share Portugal young film. I'm saying that cartoon ni parade. Well, flag ni yana.
Infantino na hekano ofri Switzerland.
You can get it wrong.
Enti ebe den waka say me mine. Hona me free.
Yeah.
Yenyi me free.
Yeah.
Na me Argentina mo mukwaje World Cup. Na de me man on do agibi enye.
Those are conspiracy. Sometimes as me pass we are no. You are tempted to believe a thing or two.
Yeah.
But so two boys na say share in between the line wall. You realize that it's not something that you're supposed to buy. Rich, Argentina for no idea be whether you like it or not. And I'll start with them because they are talking about them.
Yeah.
Omo adie bi wo mo ho. And in say when you go on social media, you see that the boys will tell you that Argentina want to have an aura around them. No message for me, I've said it several times. Football is in two folds: the technical side and tactical side of the game, then the physical and combative side of the game. Rich, say we combative no when you're there. You may not have all the technical strength. You may not be the best technical team. But if you're able to platform your players to constantly win their battles and duels, usually it translates into them winning the game.
I want to be the message be about say a friend who can.
Yeah.
Also cartoon now can Simpsons now.
Simpsons.
Okay.
Mekai Simpsons, but I wasn't too sure. Simpsons.
Okay. Yeah, Simpsons.
Boys like at James if you almost say Simpsons no walk up now back to one to be share ball ne color. They do work crime so can you say see at my ready. Yes, we the admission is hard. Yeah, Portugal become Peruno. Oh, not Ronaldo. Oh, he's going on. And Rich, the Argentines are combative. And I think that Rich, Osha game now on any day. I remember saying it here. Say, me, I feel like the Swiss have what it takes to eliminate the Argentines. And maybe.
I was 03025500 high sense there. A promedin the chance Kulon Canal Limited na amu enya promeden. It's a somebody nupa at the abama de me drop. A man to so the ababa bo bipia. And two chemina come here say Nyadwa anatasa do crow wadone.
For the red card, the game probably could have stretched to penalty shootout.
Sure.
But this is a very, very strong team. The kind of football that they play, the Argentines understand. I think that in the next game, Argentina won by Bonrich, someone says maybe.
Because it's against Cape Verde.
Yes.
It's against Egypt.
Yeah.
And I say against Switzerland.
Yeah. Which some midfield 4-9 Argentina for one bono. When you play Rodrigo Di Paul, Leandro Paredes, Enzo Fernandez, and Alex McAllister, when you play against the best structured side, to say Englander, they will dominate possession and pin you back to sustain pressure. And you will not get like the Swiss are over control game at some point where German announce Bobby. No. They need to now elevate the play. Almost some good wingers that can play. You can bring the likes of good weight holders. Then they can go on. Maybe you push Messi to the right. And then you play Lautaro Martinez, then expand the game. Which Unya Messi on right hand side. England's attention will fall to the right hand side because Leo Messi is there. But if Messi is central, Julian Alvarez is central, they'll defend central zones, and they know that Rodrigo Di Paul, Leandro Paredes from wide areas, they are not as dangerous as they can be. Argentina ought to be very careful. Meaning, say on Wednesday, we'll do a proper breakdown tactically of the game. But those are my worries about the Argentine national team. Plus fatigue. England, for also have played in Azteca, they've traveled, they've come back to US, all of those things, the fatigue affects them. But you need to be very careful. For me, for England, say England for humble enough to accept, say, although Argentina for England for in border watching no. Argentina for no be man you careful meeting their show they will beat the Argentines. I think that as England for the ball game you know. Thomas Tuchel said, and that's what he said. I'm not happy with the performance. The commitment is there, but we made life very, very difficult for us in a way we played. How we played, sloppy, lot of technical mistakes, not fast enough, not repetitive enough. We were lucky today. Then Jude comes in. He says criticism from Tuchel. Maybe he doesn't know what it is to play in these conditions against Haaland, Odegaard, Nusa. Norway is not an easy team to face. First off, journalists were not fair to Jude Bellingham. Oman man with the full context of what Thomas Tuchel can. But in this statement, I thought Thomas Tuchel was trying to get the boys to mentally be humble. What's in Norway 3-1, 2-1, whatever. But Okoba against Argentina, you ought to be humble. You cannot feel like, oh, Argentina, they eat from the home extra time, Cape Verde extra time, so you go and walk over Argentina, they will beat you. Because the Argentines will be combative. They will know that who was our mentality the whole team. Then they will come in physically to try and come and dominate you. And of course, Julian Alvarez will go on share. That is a player that can change games. Lionel Messi, any day, or it was a Sunday complex of the game. So they have players that can turn it around. Alex McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, these guys, they can make things happen for the Argentines. The English have to be calm and then humble to understand that for the Argentines, there's a lot that they have as well. But they have the strength, they have the capability to stop them. Whatever you thought of Jude Bellingham, I think that another game has just reminded you now the quality of Jude.
He's a big game player.
Honestly speaking.
Big game player.
There is meaning. Maybe I should have looked at the dictionary definition for confidence and arrogance and look at the difference between the two. But I think Jude did any quiet arrogance. Unfunny arrogance, Nimba be intimidated, but he knows that he knows.
No, but I come here as a player, no meaning Bobo. So how far arrogance and can one? You can't.
Rich, let me tell you something here today to your TFO. Every field you are in,
you need to be arrogant.
You don't have to be arrogant, but you need to be quietly arrogant and confident, especially if you know what you're doing. Rich, and yes, I do BBC is a senior, you'll be scared because fear is what rules the world.
So arrogance and yes, you could do be at
you're not intimidating anybody, you know your job.
But only
and it's no bit showers because of how you are delivering, how you are doing, because you know what you are saying. Wait, next time say no. Dude is too good. First go no. Forget about ball, wire names, ansem no. That's why sometimes I don't want technology to control football change time. What if Kabon no man? And I came back to the garden. We start they play. So for me, I don't want to think about all of those things. But Rich, she may be a Jude for only free. A good rap box me. A tiny 1-2. Then
and baby will place it bonify.
Jesus Christ. Left foot with 4 players ahead of him. David Beckham to stand him. Boy in his house. This boy.
And time I Jude Farboni now, not the Beckham, sorry.
Yeah.
Because when him Jude do a bit me. It all going now, so as a Obi as a who follow bona. Now the Jude going now follow no.
Yeah.
And born to any man of chances or bonism. I'm understanding of vision.
Without the quiet confidence, Jude cannot do this. He will double think it. No. The charisma of Farboni no tapping with real corner.
You won't care, I change in a park.
No.
I can't so what? Miss me Jude Belly.
So yeah, Jumano.
As I'm a Shannon Jimmy.
Yes.
And Oshagua, the celebration of Crown and Kabibia.
That's what big man.
Me Jude Belly. Was I came? I'm Jude.
I am telling you.
You see, Omukom Mexico show 2.
Yeah.
Against no was actually 2.
Yeah. In the most dangerous and difficult times. England season him. Jude Bellingham was the guy. And you see, look at this boy again. Second goal on share. That is Jude. Me say there isn't a better box-to-box midfielder.
And the instant.
And that's what I'm saying, because box-to-box, they are both boxes. Jude sometimes shakes the job he does without the ball. sometimes or shaking. But reading of the ball, the flight of the ball, understanding where the ball may fall, and then being in tune to it, Jude is one of the best. And that look at his positioning of the ball. Morgan Rogers a ball shot. Immediately the shot goes, he turns into it and pump. Nyland, of course, spilled the ball, and then a branch and Jude Bellingham. Whatever happens in England.
Spend the year you free me
the same thing.
Yeah. The camera
the same thing. Or the Belgium free mo. Say the same thing. Spain for already. France born.
Spain France.
Boys say me against. Na me Ronaldo needs and Spain free. Honestly, I'm not convinced about the Spanish side. I can be wrong, but they are Spain for 1 year. I think that it's set up a nice game. Who's Lamine Yamal can't see me. Lamine say, "Ohune say France for no sure mo because teams are can walk up in the money now. And you almost Spain for no match mo pay, and they beat them in the Euros. Into money almost share. But I like how DJ Deschamps has arranged the team. They can sit deep, they can catch you on the break, they can open up and play. So one of the games that I won't talk too much about, and then I'll wait till snap because the game's on Tuesday. We'll see how exactly that game will go.
Of course. So
I know it's a very, very interesting game
on Tuesday. France, Spain. That is what 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Now on Wednesday, England, Argentina, and also on Wednesday, 7 p.m. And game and so be to me about 20. I'm saying World Cup with the semi-finals and games if you're
big game. The top four
of the FIFA ranking. No?
These are people that deserve to be there. phone. You got phone.
Oh, Ben.
Me do take junction no much o car no beam.
Okay.
You know say we tie o kra onye nduru adwuma. And I'm saying me quality yentia san o Ben and boys.
Sure.
Which I know as boys ne first can't my mama when ne coach no.
That's
my first code no BW 628 D19C1. Second one BW 628 D01BD. Third one BW 628 C89A1. Fourth one BW 628 C775F. And the last one BW 628 C52B3. Rich.
okay.
Me who say me chairman I have it.
Of course.
I got you.
Why?
Chairman.
Why then?
I'm going to say music on ho.
Hey, maybe it's an amount. So Obama Kakrebiana.
I'll call on catches a sicano. Uncle the Bahon confirm me. But only to call no call Fatulo.
Good morning.
Moderate.
Na Bibiabo ko de.
I'm
saying so there what
Matini nyina
Nyamia do me hoye.
It am ya say. Na weekend ko saying
Oh, it was a good weekend. I got good rest. The whole of Sunday. So that was a good weekend.
Okay.
Rest for me. And I think that's the most important thing.
I don't know say me too kasa but as I was kakra.
Then I don't know because maybe I'm going to say
Collins me say mumrana mon check fifia yin ma me na say ne voice no wa check kakra.
What more transfers ma ko here?
Transfers.
More transfer move na ma here.
Ebi ni dia he.
There be unti ana.
Minti.
Unti say
yenya dwuma no mfama mo na isi ade makatam se Facebook mu de adwan ho a na Facebook nyanse ya hwema ye humo Facebook na mo mabiem ave abusia yaba nti mo ndwane yesise ewo Facebook nko Facebook a ado ye nsura 145 FM nsura 145 FM ewo Facebook wokwa na fe wokwa akwaja o comment no ewo ho me pato sama foforo ensu enya bi ehwe na katom se yaba wo sa no akatom se we are back na kyerɛ no nso ɛtumi aboa yɛ paa ma adeɛ no nso ɛtumi abode ɛde ama wɔn nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ nyinaa so na ɛno nso ɛtumi aboa so na nso YouTube nso na agya yɛde dɛm dendenden ɛwɔ YouTube ɛnti wɔpɛ sɛ wɔn enjoy wɔ YouTube a wobɛtumi enjoy ɛwɔ YouTube wɔpɛ sɛ wɔn enjoy wɔ Facebook nso a wobɛtumi enjoy ɛwɔ Facebook na ɛkyɛ ɛno nso ɛtumi aboa yɛ paa World Cup ɛnɛ big game baako ɛtɔ dwa dendenden ata sɛ yɛba bɛyɛ ho adwuma ɛde ama bɛyɛka to sɛ yɛ game village ɛyɛ Ezimo ɛntɛnɛ France wɔn ɛne Spain game no ɛno ɛyɛ anwumire no nso mpatɔ Ezimo yɛde live commentary no ade bramo ɛnti nkɔ baabia na anwumire deɛ nyinaa yɛsia wɔ Ezimo na tɛsɛ no nso ɛtumi ayɛ kama ɛno predict and win no Richard Tinasia yɛde ne nyinaa nso bɛbrɛ na agya wɔatumi predict wo predict a nyame yɛ adom a wo nso wobɛtumi anyim atɛdeɛ no no ɛtumi ayɛ kama ɛde ma na meyɛnsɛnsɛm no aseɛ na yɛnni nkɔmɔ kakra mekɔ Madrid na makɔ akɔdi nkɔmɔ kakra from Real Madrid wokɔ Madrid a update ɛba ne Claude Makelele ɛde nkɔmɔ kakra de atwitwa na Claude Makelele ɛse ankama obianta sɛ wɔne Fiorentino players akɔ akɔdi nkɔmɔ mepatɔ wɔno na ɔyɛ Real Madrid president wɔse nkɔmɔ no makɔ akɔdi no wɔka kyɛn sɛ ɔpanyin mate sɛ wopɛ sɛ break bank na wototo players bi ɛde ba na one player bi deɛ sɛ wo sika no nyinaa wo spend ɛwɔ no ho a ɛnyɛ bad koraa spend wo sika no nyinaa wɔ catch no ho ɛsiane sɛ ɔyɛ good paa awo focus wɔ hɔ na kyɛ sɛ wo nso wode sika no kɔ a ɛbɛtumi aboa na obisa sɛ player bɛɛ na ɔso o sɛ Michael Olise na ɔyɛ player ɛde ma baeɛ no ɔyɛ France ne ba wɔfii sɛ sɛ ɔmunya no pɛ a bɛboa ma Madrid ɛnneɛma nso atumi akɔyɛ ɛde ama ɔmɔ ɛne Mbappe ɛde nam so na Michael Olise ɛde nam aseɛ sɛ wobɛde hu sɛ team na mu bɛyɛ kama ɛde ma Madrid bɔbɔ kɔ na anya hwɛ kora no wɔmunya ɛyɛ Michael Olise ɛwɔ mfimfio no kyɛ sɛ wɔto gya ne ba ɛno bɛboa ma kyɛ sɛ Madrid ɛnneɛma nso atumi ayɛ kama ɛde ama ɔma no ɛyɛ Claude Makelele ɛnkɔmɔ kakɔ ɔde twitwa ɛwɔ dwumadeɛ so a na anɔpɛ yɛka tire ɛde ama wɔnhyehyɛ ahodoɔ no nyinaa so now ma mentwɛ ne kakra na menkɔ ɛyɛ Manchester City na menkɔde dwuma kakra yɛse City fan sɛ ɔpanyin a ne gyina de Enzo Maresca adwuma no wɔaba bɛfa so munya players a wɔbɛtumi aboama na adwuma no ɛnɛma yɛ kama ɛde ama nti no wɔn akɔ na face no ɛde sɛ Morocco ni ba ne gyina de ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ brand a wɔn akɔ akɔhɛ na akoda no yɛ good player wɔn sɛ World Cup yɛ abanta ne deɛ de Ayop Ayapade bɔɔl na akoda na bɔɔl no in fact ɛwɔ so de paa na wɔsi aka de ma Le Metropo akoda no ɛgya no yɛ kama wɔn sɛ World Cup wɔn yɛ Morocco set up no na wɔn yɛ abanta ne deɛ de brandi amasa bɔɔl na akoda ne bɔɔl no ɛwɔ soro Enzo Maresca sɛ na adwuma no nyinaa nneɛma bɛtumi akɔyɛ ɛde ama na wɔn nya akoda no kyɛ sɛ ɔno nso bɛboa ɛno nso bɛtumi ayɛ kama yɛ pɛntɛ wɔn sɛ wɔn yɛ so bɔkɔ di nkɔmɔ a bɔbɔkɔ ne gyina de ɛyɛ Metropo akoda ne boy 100 million euros. Sir Man City enko 100 million euros die no mo ntobo ho. Enya de sa branta ne gina di Ayop Ayapade. Wo mo to no edna ko ba bia ne enko kakra. Mensa eka ewo dwumadie so. One player na eka me sa ball no nim ne bopa beta. Amanfo se da ehun here. Na no da Spain wo mo euros. Ani ewu sa akoda ne ball ne eka pa PSG. Wo mo nsa da nya da akoda ne bia waso bia sa asu se wo compare to say wo ba Spain na de wo mo see you no ani abranta ni de Fabien Ayevis na Fabien Ayevis update amensa ka sa yase sisia pia di fo masa sa akoda no ni mpo ne bo pa entoma e contract sense na de akoda no to 2028 or one option after the bit me na 2029 ani enkoba kakwa so fi PS akati edi aba e wo dwumade so na no pay no ya katre kakwa edi ama na ma menko Madrid na menko Maktibu Kotoa na Kotoa so yase ne contract no wedding common a 1 year agreement no wama return until to 2027 and a 1 year contract I was signing adama month the bobo koda no update kakra eba e wo dwumade so na me ko tell na makokoban makokodi nkoma kakra na no dana Zabi Alonso ase adwuma na se set coach Edman Chelsea na ne dwumaje na yakoko bi sanse wutim na nkasa wutim ni say players na ebi person omoko enya jade ebi su person omotena na wini players na sia na ano so wani players na sia na ni team ni di office na yama nyina ayekama edi eman ye bi sanse okay sisi na balance ne te say ano so we di team ni pa dia wonya 1-2 team bi adeka ho amatese team ni wonya balance ni ye pa we fi say Chelsea bobo kondia ana tese niema be kaba e de ma Chelsea bobo koma mo po no niema nyina anso atema wie pe me pato ene yankoba kakra opanya ni tini adi ayasabi Alonso adi eba e wodumadi so enti Sabi Alonso si yanka mo bianta sa Chelsea no Muhammad Jidi se mu nya de no ente emu be de ama niema anso atema ko e de ma Chelsea bobo ko da ne update mensa akam e wodumadi so aba pe mi katre e de ma na anona nsantofo ekobisa so okay yatiti sa Gani Xhaka eba Chelsea na Gani Xhaka benya ba anase Xhaka entimi ma ano so nyame anim ni obi player de on pese obedi obi player ho nkobo and say Gani Xhaka beba Chelsea Gani Xhaka emma Chelsea no e don nkoba de yemfa mfiri no and now that's what beka won some ade ache obi pia and yen nkoba kakwa mense ka na ma who sorry be na me who sorry na na yem say ai gwabna wiase yehu na ye ka say yes so di pa gwabna so ni pa na emu ba ko pa ene abrancha de de Andre Santos. Now, the na who Manchester United is biggest club in the world. Hey, Andre Santos. Now, no, they are who bought Chelsea. Anaja ya wo ya fourth choice the man wo team na free for kwa wo team we had anka hom ye ne ye hu moboni amu aboba komienu be anaja ya anum ya omo ncha dani players papa si o ya fourth choice player omo pewsa anaja wakọ no akọ sign anka kwa no tume eh abusu me kwate ya mu ntie anu Andre Santos say Manchester United is the biggest club in the world. Hey, Chama, Nyamuto, nothing to call Manchester. So, boy, cry a moment can be a bow. And look, I as a fronty. Mamma Pay, say, Mutim, dear, and yourself and some. Oh, yourself and and also I Andre Santos, and your business said, Sisiana Okono. A janitor to say, I could answer man and no swap. Was it to another set at the Chelsea? Was I or no bit to miss Yandia at the free Bruno Fernandes and other players in Inter? Who bought Moises Cansado? Who bought Enzo? Who bought Romeo Lavia? Went to mention there now Manchester. And I could go there. Hey, Andre Santos. I could have you and the Adi Bedi. I know your day. Just walk with a town with him to Boya. I know the Andre Santos did Twitter. Now, I know your coach tells I couldn't come back. I could be saw two players, Enzo Fernandez and of Malo Gusto. One Benyaka and some better Chelsea. Abusia reporter Mensaka as a woman tells a man to the party at Chelsea in your mattress. Woman Jama Momako. Nemum said, Ebia man to the party. Malo Gusto is 75 million pounds. Anna Enzo Fernandez, 120 million pounds. Oba, not Oba Beja Blanted, you know, and the send you can no Baby Churches cano, not offer two players. And I know I have the time in Saka, I would do Media, and on a pay me catch a car at them away from Chelsea now. Minkodin Komaka, reporter Mensaka, as a Leandro Trossard, a Blanton when you're trying to be success. Now, yes, 18 million euros, plus of 2 million add-ons. Nani nyina kwa 20 million euros. Ano, dealer, Brantano, Leandro Trossard, with the free Arsenal, and they call 6 as an Ian Kobaka. Reporter Mensaka is Istanbul, Aya, Kwana, Abanton Betimaka in Medicas, no, our Istanbul Kobaka, na Mamenko, Mason Greenwood there. Mason Greenwood, Swanyantane, na any Fenabate, Abanton and Yako 40 million euros plus 2 million, and Tidina 42 million euros. I know you do that. About the Olympic to Marseille. Ada Kosia can ade amati manitina and so ade adasa Fanabata near reporter. Mensaka with Jumadio Superia Biano. Yasi 10 million euros. I know yes car. Abante de Benya and Kobaka Kwa Mensaka near. Na Meko Liverpool Makodin Kobaka Kwa. Antoni Aviola. On the new head coach at the Emma de Liverpoolians. And you be so paying wapa or Mantano Dodoane Koko. Ebi Paso Mokwanya Dadena. Player Ben Pana Winya. Kapasotna, it's as it is a Curtis Jones, a Bantano Airquanesa, and also Yamian on the Curtis Jones, dear, when Yanka Bantano Batina, it's as a project no Baba Jama Liverpool, a Bantano Caho, and Yane, and as a Tranquil so Yano, and I did so Onyana Fibo, not a pro, and met to my Baba and Liverpool, and the man answered to my career at the man Anunsi Antoni Aviola, and Kobaka Copeno, at the tutor, I would do Media Sanano pay, me catch at Jamal, not Manchester United, Yamian Manchester. signings no more na ye pa esan say Yoli Tielemans wobanya san advantage and Yoli tire 3 days Manchester United assigned 2 midfielders Yoli Tielemans and afe advantage the Andre Santos now Yoli Tielemans the contract no to 2031 and a test been a 5 years contract and no media makudano 41 million euros and eska Manchester United and so etwa de Aston Villa atasa kudana join Manchester United and yen kobaka kwa mensaka e wo dwumade so na no pa me pia take akra e de ma wan chisia wodo nyina so but adodo de ebisa se and the Brazilian players academy Atalanta Alderson one by akudana de pato Manchester say oh normal Andre Santos asan Yoli Tielemans o de ayi Anderson de dem Anderson de na sam de nya de so mbeka biem and you reporter mensaka e wo dwumade so Roberto Mantene so na Itiwana reporter mensaka said na Azuris of Italy ya say wo de dwumade no apese wo de mo pan no na otoaso na fe obadwuma edema de Italian satma no enso yo panyan de Roberto Mantene and kobaka kwa fi na kate adepa now to the World Cup yeni kobaka kwa na World Cup na semi final game back to tota and ayo Spain wo mu ni omayan tin at defense and this ne na kwabra say super computer wasaka no say super computer we de me makasa menyini ni na no FIFA Club World Cup baby o di Chelsea 2 ye no na Chelsea toso mako 10 ye we na Chelsea ade wo mu odi o mu di nkan nyina na o mu nyina akoda na super computer na no pay me o ha ya super computer na kasa wakasa say 4 teams na aka no John officer okwa the possible match chances say obetumi edi World Cup no one de ranking edi aba na odi baya was in percentage wise no France ayo me odin kan we created 4.05% so World Cup no betimi ante and Spain atos me no we 23.45% so betimi ante and for man the England e 21.94% so mun so betimi ante Argentina na twato wo mu awo 20.55% so betimi ante World Cup ni dey so na so and battle and game na e bossa and the supercomputer na eka enti say ya buy a supercomputer na kwabana damisa na France about Spain and for commutum play and near just supercomputer at the airport I would demand you soon as okay computer kasa we dia yanko bisa the main characters of the game opinion itinadi Louis Delafont one head coach at the Spain man and yanko bisa say na dia man esiko and also or you very lucky so when you these players now when you any the one mu pon esi and any ati pa position and man tending to any competition wo me the Emma ata so mu compete no officer ene kwankwo bia so ne mabeko ye dia Spain man no ane ese oye ye hwa de kakra na ye misa say na wo line up no be say na yes abaya bako oye journalist eno ado mu di nkoma na so we ana tese ayi ni bisa say yes ana obo ni tin ana otre ba bia oye adwuma ana so opanyi de la fonte te de bayi na ma wo squad ndi mi bisa say etena players be na ba yuso anya de so de ba nemum one player pa de me camera no de minim so beba from the bench enteno de me yawe dada yes how na de la fonte sire na wo say ene oto me camera no nka aka ten so atamfo bako ana nipa bi say no mo person no be starter e was Spain team no because ade lineup nyama wa ba ya say me camera no anya de on start enti ono de la fonte aka ten me camera no so atamfo ha we mi say na man start game no enteno yen koba kakra ta say open no eno da paso kakra no so yi a anopa ya deep ane ane bisa say game na kan say na sitia ano so o quote bi a openya ni dia di Jules Caesar ota e wo phrase bi a wota use pa ane bisa say phrase ben ano so wuntime nwene wabra won sofa enti ene game na wo mane France abebon de omunim so mbe sofa wo metimi anwene enti ni players no aka to bia say ene game ni de gadindim gadem wo mbe breye pa beta wo kwene ma wie na teso metimi ante e de so na so de yanko ka kwan so a wo panyin ni tuja na wo duma de so na no pe ye ka te dia ma wo bi ababa pa na ye ko didi di shompo ane bi sa ebo dia wuni ase ni enti ene game ni say na site na o si o sa wa ka pe de wo mo ye favorite aye Spain tie de la Fuente ayi Didier Deschamps no wazo World Cup ya bebo de said your favorite aye Spain enti atena game na ya kwakoba de akoba homadem de la Fuente head coach no woni matuma ye pa ana emanta no de wo mu post here de Spain esitia wo mu attack ye wo mu defend ye enti aye de so betima consider better wo mu de ene wo mu France squad no mo ba no wo mu de focus ana mo de ba wo ba be ye aduma no ama niam so atima koye ane a reporter eba e wo duma de so na mpato sa two teams na abakosema e wo mu mienu ntam e wo World Cup mu no kwabena mo sia ba ko pe eno 2006 eno na tasa France at Spain abo mo 3-1 since then World Cup pa de eno de o mu ntansia ba ko pe no mo sia ntena ye bewu de we na ma na be sia ko wo wansa we eme aye France player ni ebi sansa game no mo ko bon Lamine Yamal wo ma hu abranta ne bobo betima stopping ana so nyame anim ni 11 players ana mo ko akoba Lamine Yamal eka hom do akodan de ball no nim ni popa better wo me ha stopping Lamine Yamal wo mo stopping Lamine Yamal nya Lamine Yamal kwa ada 10 players na ko be stop obia se na be okonomi na tafra France man no enso timedi nkunim reporter men se kam said to say way yes no be start game ne de France man no and so nkoma kakwane na yase England so se kwabena yase Tomatucho wono so ye record o yase fa England coach so ma ba nyina wo ba mo o ma bo 10 plus matches a wo mo winning rate was no aye Tomatucho yase wo bo 20 matches wo winning mako 16 and two winning percentage as aye tena wo mo so game no mbebo no aye 80% winning rate and e crop paint aduma no so nim ye pa Jakan Ranson so nkoma kakwa mensa ka sa tena oba start against Argentina and Argentina for mum prepare your person say ejano ebe di tem den na anona Unai Simons goalkeeper aduma I have Spain man say Lamine Yamal no go no so nya bi nsha e mo bia man ha no na abanto mu Spain for na nko munya na nkwase bia 6+ goals and comment better but Unai Simons say Lamine Yamal verse we no pepa Lamine Yamal verse we verse na wetumi ba be defend wo bro ma team no ekoso wonu sacrifice say wonu anpasa na wonu ankaza personal aye glories no benya no sacrifice ed ma team nti wo player at say our park no so no stand as a leader e boy pa ma team na nso ekoye ento de Lamine Yamal go na onsa no one day nya de say e ha no kwa ade enkoba kakwan so Unai Simons ade tu jana Lamine Yamal say e ma obi anko belemi coach so wan hegwa enye coach bia problem enti you are a young boy afino no wasa say oba ne first edition at say World Cup kwa obobi ne enti munya betre fa man goals ne baba wonim say goals no sa ebe ma dodo na ni ade beta munya betre emfa man na ye yimfo yin ba ko de chance na woni aketo no de na ya waje woni an wapre ana so mini ande sa no te wase onu ni nua de oti yesa ode camera to no so na wa ha akoda ne de obeye no wase onu odwe ni nua no ya won te na se because normally wase akoda ne nam ho a guests ne ne ma obeye ne head anya sere but at the moment akoda be wo camera beto no so hey ana o te Ronaldo kwabra dia koda ne be yama wakati attention nti se mu za Lamine Yamal ni ano fefe ne se e baba da num ni ade se hu se camera to no so but Lamine Yamal se na ni nua ne te nti atena da England game no Russia ne team and so at Ismail fat wono ana be handle sa game no at the Jordan Pickford akasa Hurricane so akasa mu nyina only no Messi so ma prepare o mo ba be sha Messi de bet still na Argentina de England for ni chirema omo ntukabda no ye kakra eba ewodwuma de so bi gina we so na nkofo amanso nsem nyina no yetimi e de se oni nsha yo no mo wana kan radio station dia santema nyina de atum ne ha ana beti wuntie ahemfa biem na ka ha ya ana ese eno nso eda ntukabda bi bie ne etire dia ene eja yemfansia na yentwe ene anwumire live commentary ewo eye ejibo.
Okay, so say the Andre Santos settled that debate. Chelsea and Manchester United, yes,
Sana could
say we intino.
Sana
say more dear to mana.
One and dear to
I say if we are seeing a team super and bonus here. We name the Oka.
We name the Oka.
Andre Santos or Yagoda.
Now fourth choice player. Na say you obeka. So bomuti no man say obetu ko bi menu na starter.
Oba no. Share facilities at Manchester United. The stadium, baby, training, bus, do training.
Facility in the
Utumi say Ronaldo Chelsea afenom no.
Kwabena ja me say facility.
You could be a trophy room be hey
say
na mo trophies amagye sha no.
Trophies bay.
Who be say
Trophies bay.
And ni na no keka bo ma. Ne final decision and it said the biggest club.
Jam City.
Manchester. Jam City. Sampa no ka jero no.
Oho
it is say debate ni there.
Meti mama na start game. Oho mo. Say dia ye dey. Say what say you only tell them.
Yeah, yento 50 million pounds. Play am for the bench. You don't do that.
Yeah, say
so Asha prudent spending.
Lenny euro 50 what bench you. As I see onye bi mu. Enti ogati. Kwabro onye bi mu ogati dey say ka keto bi anka mo clock. Ono onye bi mu. Mu praise go a mu nyina abro sa. Atara Malaysia we. Malaysia mu nyina mu nyina nya bi mu na abro na.
Go di praise.
Amona na eja wode ko. Enti mu nya abotre. Kwabna peyin baako.
Okay.
Owo Mbacho Mr. Aqua. Waba Ghana.
Okay.
On first one in Niagara.
Oh, country bay.
He say US ni UK. Let me say US.
Okay.
Oh, US.
And one man been so bad. Mr. Usu.
Okay.
UK.
Okay.
And no so besrai.
Okay. When you also be Saturday.
Okay.
No also be Saturday.
I see.
And Mr. Aqua. Mama Fiba.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Until tissue ni den.
All right. I was here. That's it. Enter to Medina Sunshine 104.5 Tuesday edition of Nhyira Passports. Edna, yede Emamo awo Jumedino eso. Na yemfase da Emma ya bo for kakra bi na yewia fifi Manfred Hasan so edna ajudo usuba for so ambete omunina enka wo Jumedino eso na amuzu hair food no ewo dwa so. Amuzu head food. Me pacha wo yo ba na wutie me bi kura na de nku bi so e de kotwi wuti na de twi wuti ni wie no ama wuti ni nyina atutu so ama wuti anu nyina aye basa me so koto aye amuzu head food never before wuti ni se sie etwi na ebubu ni nyina ama wuti ni na asa no obese enya ne back etwi ni be fu kama na aye black na emunso timi aye duso ho eni timi so ba bia wutie me emema so mo kan obeba bia obese otinwi no aye black na waves etimi ba na otinwi no aye fe no amuzu hair food and I come for ediama ene aye amuzu ono adama and now the amuzu hair food no ade aba aye dwaso wa eho a ebo tim ota etu tim ampa chaw sa utina utini nyina ebejai na okọ aye cosmetic shop bia also open Amuzu hair food 0242 955 056 open the door to a tafun share so Amuzu junction ho and esa okwana so no utimi ekotro de kama pa bank de aya Amansia Community Bank PLC any omoma come by 50 years and still counting. In fact, customer service top notch. And into no okwa one case when be jomo keke na onomo enso etimi edijumano and it so the kind could be account our Amansia Community Bank PLC say savings current susu account and a fixed deposit account emu bia no betimi abi ewo ho na unsa enso etimi account besia kama pa na besia no se eye na mode koye asori na mu pesika na mode asesi asori dem ho sanso na okọ pension ope eye pension no kra de no collateral yen jehwe oba ya within 24 hours na ya bibia kama pa enso etimi edi ama se mu yekuo and I'm pesika koye adwuma Amansia Community Bank PLC and I make come for enso the amount about digital banking and it's be ye bi enso ebema ATM card anytime bia person yi sika bia no onso betimi ayi anto chrome and a head office no ewo manso kwanta manso dubia manso data no mo ewo be kwan ebi ewo ho me pacho anyan kwanta Roma here ewo kumase ha Sofuline sanso ena ahojo asem ohonyina no eyade Amansia Community Bank PLC bi ewo ho 0247 200013 na also enomo eni eyedwuma Kindev Investment amo enede Camel Natural Selection Charger ade aba eyedwaso me pacho
opese udware na hu eye sham so ho na ukala no etimi etoso pa dia me pacho eye camel natural selection shower gel and I make for them away no among natural color tuntum kokwa so ho and eye sham into the dware we na me pacho ni perfume kra na perfume asa you are good to go we ya no o sha tade na opia otumi se bibia ehye ye de free Europe abrochmem and adiaba Ghana de be piem Ghana so no FDA agi atum se ne yentom obia enya bintim saw urem our cosmetic shop bia baby ayeton eye ensemna bia no o se ope eye camel natural selection charger nationwide on sabetimi akabi 0243 744 855 o friend number na dudu bia ope bia no onsa ebetimi enso akabi sanso na dwumakuo kese bi awo eye kumasi a omopam niema emema niema domede kwa bruche ni Ghana handi na omose omope eye professionals enemo aye adwuma enti uyo obi a utieme uni mema niema pam opam niema to atumi say yes ade ne apam da hono me pacho ye pam ne enemo aye adwuma aketua no eye kama pa salary ne ekoye enti wani je ho a mebema number bi na wa frɛ onso a opese ukosua adwuma ewo hono eno nso ombefaw na omone aye adwuma okra de yebesa mo allowance na onso etimi ade atwitwatwa ho so ho na adwuma kwa me come asem omo kuma se ya tech police station around hona no na omo ewo me pa to number ni 0549 528402 number no eno no fresh sia na ene omo eni nkomo electoral and say ye the world cup no air 12 awo dem ho ana baby bia wo bia person hwe world cup no ye the 12 isanse nyi na ne betu akọ US akọ hwe world cup ni bi enti ye ma wo aye brand new TV so aye smart TV na the picture quality no efe into the hebo na as I said the hottest stadium one players ni go bounce so said the stadium no because of the sound quality OTB be clear and it is our Samsung TCL and a Nasco me patcho Electroland and I may come for the amount say TV no go to be as low as 699 unsabetimi akabi na otoni na yetebo no so no na yesan atwo achede yatundi achede kase rafo uwie ya yebema coupon bi na wa fele yewie na ebodin na udi etimi piemu a ene no so no achede kase pa na Electroland edebema ni tuno ram awo ye showroom bia no pemi kase ye biebie ni na ade atuma enhire fam ye nche he ya oba ebi awo ho bringing the stadium ano aye Electroland and so no na say wetimi enomo edi dwuma no kama pa me patro person so computer a Union Practical Institute sa computer no unim ho hwe ana ebia wutie mi wo sua ho ade kaka but unche da nim ni bebre obeso wo upgrade ho a me patro Union Practical Institute ana me come from edi amawo na etiefo de tene say computer addition ne say very important so usua de se de na anim computer wa hwe a wode sua ni nyina achi no unya adwuma bia enye awo Ghana ha intibaye network and cyber security engineering computer business and office administration data analytics software engineering design technology with drone piloting artificial intelligence AI machine ni na no ya de a okwa onso betimi de upgrade ho na wanya adwuma papa etimi aye sanso na mo a munim ho hwe no bu a computer no unim ho maache monso na kwanya eda enkanka pamcho awofo amutie dwumadie mo mana awi SHS ane AJHS ni na no monko register mo fees no awo fompa na amonso kosua computer kopim se amo result no enso ebetimi aba yo kuma sesanso ya si bus stop na usi ya fre number 0555 383848 0555 383848 fre na one a Union Practical Institute empedi for any eye enkomo the new bigo energy drink we just so me pacha onya bi na no ma ebebo pa wa ye adwuma no wa bre o te bre ne pa ama adwuma wo kokran usugu yam se adwuma mi kokran me den ma bo adwuma me pacha o de onam kwa so wo kona to bigo energy drink na enom ahoden no ebesan abase ne be ya ukodu adwuma onso betimi abo adwuma no kama. Finally me pacho de tene say Nhyira fami afi World Cup no yan World Cup village SG Mall na SG Mall na me kan wasem no Nhyira fami a kire ya na SG Mall enso ewo na you started World Cup ho na ye matches ni na enti enwumei France and Spain game no me pacho ho edna ede live commentary no enso ede ekoso enti uba na onso atena se ni nyina etimi ahwe game no abom kama pa chede enso no ene nam na ye che eniema enso de ma dwumadie AB Herbal Clinic omo aso asene na ye de eye dwumadie no ede eba oyare anope me pacho wani na hawo wakote enam yade oba ofichikom enkoye hypertension stroke or kidney and a problem about one AB Herbal Clinic omo and me come for the amount omo kuma say ya kwada so gina so market na chiri ha domain krun so omo awo ho 0541 565 199 eno aye ABA Herbal omo number no enti eya no ma fe na ono omo edi koma no pay omo na aso ye na sina yes starting koma twetwe no etimi edi amamo awo dwumadie no so 10:45 na de tenise na P phones and accessories me patcho de tenise open phone papa etimi akuta open eye home appliances ana electronics and so etimi atwa me patcho eye na P phones and accessories and I make come for them promotion no me patcho yenya yegusu a ye promotion number 1 and say obeto phone na osika enso a yeba mo otua half na half na kan ya spread the amount na odo Ghana card account so ne the phone ama na de kofie anya se yeba the phone ato the phone be kofie na otua half no de aka no betu ne kakra ene promotion number 1 promotion number 2 and say ani nyina chino so de kofie na bibia si ho a yebegye na ose ama ofoforo ebe ma ofoforo ose repair dem anu so no won be ne kama enso e de ama promotion number 3 and it's a home appliances no TV fridge air condition microwave washing machine ene niam yusu ofie ni nyina no utobi abayana kachia oto ani asacho bi fufuro e de account for example e bia wato flat screen TV oto a ugina wa niam iron se jeka ho ukofia fato niam we no say thank you to you so na bibia ay kama enso etimi de mantina na pedia hode patro promotion no fa hujim na ekoto niam on sanya bi efa eka ho me patro tamale omo aboabo station enkramon komadina zongo junction kumasi na wa adum me patro opposite Kesben aseda so na ne ho edna obi baje kebo denum ye ho pizza na na kwesi adema building hanso ye wo ho 0533 093422 anopay amo ana aso yasina and the semi-final first game no embassy France and Spain obetimi do prediction aba na yakenkan e the amount Jude Osuba for good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rich.
Bibi aboko.
Nyame adom mpai bo na nso e.
Nyame adom. Me sha se fefi ho.
Matia menua. Rich, I know pay the big game is coming on. I mean, Ebumukra when they say the gods of football anya fair a game where I say anka grand finale and also echo. Say already one who opt out supercomputer no the predictions are why and Rich I know now baby sound say a day next year suddenly yes competition as no now opta supercomputer no at the Spaniards no eto ahead of France but suddenly or the France mumaba beto ahead of the Spaniards. I mean a clear attestation to how the French have been able to clearly dispossess of opponents virtually just a walk in the park for them in this World Cup. So by virtue of that, certainly you'd have to agree and accept the reason in Tia was a opta yes competition nasa or the Spaniards no eto shruja France as is or the France mom abeto shro eja and Spaniards no it is understandable. Now Rich game ya ebasi a game wananka and sensem any game we what to say there Argentina and England there beba so nyame pay that na yenim history a ewom tension ewom emun sem bebre nanka we ne ntesa but Rich personalities be per se game no so echoes a trajectory or tangent. Onim taking a bit of a political twist. Yeni unkomo kakra na afi yemra game na mu so na memo start o game na afi me analyze game no into to farmer rich. Mariano Rajoy, a former Spanish Prime Minister. Na papai ahead of the game. And a rich wakwa kasa politician. Onima so akade afa Leblanc. I say France team no. O shempa na represent France as a nation. Omo akwa akosesa ahoho etuntumfo ne ahoho na omo asesa omo no omo de ababe team. Na say France akwa wia nationals. And the ababe team. Now okan sa asem no. And a French Football Federation president inti Kagana hanka beka say yo keto krekum no. Philippe Diallo minim say ya de Mariano Rajoy picture ebeto Facebook na ma share papa no ni aside dia to YouTube na ma share nti ana ma dom ye na mo de ato so e de ama. So okawie no ena papa ni di Philippe Diallo ono so French Football Federation president ono so reacted to it. In fact, even the French embassy it was Spain no almost reacted. Say such an unfortunate statement and a papa no ameki and no matter to be at the amane no and a French Football Federation president and so say on sene ho ase I didn't know say papa ne ka ensem bi say no mo feel say a racial undertone into rich asem na on also kind say Diallo also kind say look say and Mariano Rajoy can France players no emu 23 ye wo mo France ona emu miensa pe and ye wo mo e outside enti no hasem na all kan onim di all kan na omu hia birth certificate emfio no Mariano Rajoy ne ho ansana France players are recognized almost omo French enti na asem na all kan eni nyina so onjaika rich o game o basu hi na o science nsemi a ba de fan we a clearly who say papa no lawyer ne say or person unnecessary pressure no to my friend team no because rich maybe sound say me bacho Lamine Yamal e dey ni Enaki Williams ne younger brother Nico Williams of free great chat as educa so co Spain team na munsu bokra na unsa na asem no kana no it doesn't hold water nti no abogu but ni nyina no e ma game no a heightened tension e wo game ya sanso anya akrakitu e Lamine Yamal so to no so asmo ka de France team no at a point cry dey obi an one say oba the skipper for the Spanish national team Rodri rich on the skipper me one but suddenly this boy chinchine try episode no granty interviews on your opportunity be answer to be the amane France akwa say France dey ya yire dada ya inform on yeshe na reach him the comment o make comment be na akai me so much of a certain South African another time na South African South Ghana so okay branch be near friends ya bonge non veti non veti na near no mo kwakobo I think it was can 2000 near no mo kwakobo na reach prior to that na South Africa ensa beda yeso because no achi a half con semi finals na our boy Teresa Quentin Fortune mutim no enti ya babebo game no kasa na the coach catch say onye kum and a Ghana echi omo ball mu tu rich sana abrantie di akwa na nensam na all kan so e kamia kwan so no so ba bia o draw ni inspiration every ne say onim France team no emra omo ji Euros this same France team no omo chi omo say omo semi finals race all guys are game no and you wa brantie ne performance and ono sine killing Mbappe rivalry so at the whole aya di ba game ne so Mbappe versus Lamine Yamal enso de at the honum a obi a hwe Barca Real Madrid Star Boys rich the attorney said Yamal Lamine Yamal is so confident in say obebo Mbappe din say o ka top scorers of this World Cup Mbappe can be na mom nipa ba ku nso osia Mbappe a o kire me masam de kire ne ye pa abrante and de Lamine Yamal rich the entity say nie 5 games in a row Lamine Yamal ashe Mbappe hwe osia Mbappe Euro semi-finals 2024 or the Mbappe echika form rich osenso sia no Super Copa final okay 2025 Super Copa final and also sa oshe Mbappe ho and nkoda Copa del Rey finals so 2025 also and also sa Barca de Madrid ekokogui Lamine Yamal jira Mbappe jira mu or na echika form ho Rich, we are no so free one. Nations League semi-finals 2025 on so no. And also la mini ama side in Mbappe ekokogui. Spain versus France or nuko kogubium. Super Copa final 2026 and so krona. La mini ama Barca side the Madrid ekogubium. And today it's also 5 games in a row. Lamine Yamal 100% record against Kylian Mbappe Lotin. And the guy is so confident and can we expect to say Accra already 18 years at the highest stage competition at almost be that no any opportunity echo na Rich Abrantian is so confident or can say but that is where apparently the inspiration or draw from. Rich and also there's this usual cliche in football said the best defense wins you titles, meboa, and the best attack wins you games. Race all called by that cliche. France team, crowd the best attack in this competition. What said the most goals? Recording 16 in the process against the Spaniards. Oh no, so team no, and so conceded the least number of goals. About 5 matches, no Onyam conceded even a goal. And San and the 6th game against Belgium, which finally all conceded a goal. So funny by that, it tells you say two teams no on Baba Bishiam. Obia will be special or they on board. And the game no is such an uncompromising game. And Richard Hano minim uwajene says how the cycle say the best defense wins you titles. And the best attack wins you games. No? And by virtue of Sadia no more and Kasha game when also winning. The best defense wins you titles, and then the best attack wins you games.
And obviously Spain.
Bro, but I don't rich at the end of the day. Obviously Spain, yes. But rich at the end of the day. You winning games and Sunday winning titles, so me boy. Before betting a title, they just want winning games. And to say Spain and so on will be sound say okay. Then France and so attack no so they winning games because more now winning now some more now all calling. Ghana could decide so per se the defense air resolute meboa or we then at all no at a point of free move because okosia team have na e pro so returning Spain at the end all you know me shade be say yes that extravagant Spaniards are normally yenim omoba competition omoba omye so dominant obebo ball no obeso oni ade bad obewie no na reach obehu ade bi e won ho say on say then defend properly no. This Spaniards, no, Adeba Kwadi La Fuente, was your commending so greatly, and say, what to me, a Kanyama Bomye was striking the right chemistry. And Tiaman for who almost say, yes, almost that exciting team are usually, young. So almost Emma South football now was a almost. Yet almost the expected results, and rather, almost defense are so resolute. But recently, a dear amount for dream mass to any competition here, boy. Reason say I explain the best defense no and yes so mu defend me keke o amu timi kita ball ye so more no mu elbow ball no amu ball no in a way to defend which means so me aja share onim yenta make us the metrics are clearly there to really attest to that fact right so far Spain I have 598 passes actually why you 598 passes they were completing no risk. So about this competition except one team, Argentina, and I have more passes actually the Spaniards. Now, so over Spain, average possession per game, it gives you 66.0%. Which was also in your points so high. And the ball now can use on Bobolo. They are possessing the game, but the strategy is that okay, see him yet you cry, near him says an attack no. With this very season, of course, he himself Lami Yamal a free premier where star boy or no back conjure magic from the flanks so bet me as to go be who expected now or the winning games for us. Nico Williams and so periodically and Kobema Sadian. But see Yanya Sadiano and free our personality see how dear. Now he has about in a belly and attack. Now you feel say you can see a good toe to toe with our opponents, dear. A bit of a problem. Hence, I'll see you see a different strategy. Say you're more born. Now more now you're born. You're born at your Saudi and defense. Now my pressure I'm more so. Right to the after 6 games for this competition, the Amas Spaniards need any incredible or see a commanding Omni. After 6 games, on himself Spain so far, just 7 shots on target and more facing.
Okay.
After 6 games, so just 7 shots on target and more facing. And I know, and the fewest shot on target so far competition or be a record. So I can say all strike on the average at 1.17. So that is also another good record. Since 1966, obi anyone who crack that record no. And I deba konso a wan so o se sanso e bo na ba so ne say was say minimize sa expected goals per match na was anke ba ne so no. Reason him so fan expected goals per match or say ba ne so 0.31 this World Cup 0.31 and no any expected goals per match e be ba ne so. And to say oye team a this rate ubetimi ade even short and as goals akone so. Now rich ade ba kokra esanso ehu wom enie. So first on the record now, only Uruguay and they be 1990 World Cup and Uruguay as had now 0.31. Rich, beyond that, the average XG value of the shot, not just a shot, they can't bomb so shots it is a new draw to say a shot a bit me at Ohawaba and as a bit me at Tomento goalkeeper. Rich on himself fair no so 0.05 per game. And also the lowest at this year's World Cup. So clearly, over all these metrics, a travel say, and conform how one set it up, no, but rich, the amount of interesting, yeah, France and so the enough in game. Rich on him. France so far 16 goals in 6 games. So far, France are almost any lead in terms of shot on target. France so far rich about 47. That is incredible. Shot on target in Kwang. France are 47 at the amount. Rich, the most yenya at a World Cup since 1998 at France, and yes, had 53 times. Rich on him. So over France currently on the average almost shot on target per game. On him say 7.8 per game. And to reach marginal shot on target yet shot on target no a ball what ball air connect him. I want potential say anke bese patroti na be a goalkeeper e be save and as a defender be interception be and obi baby be blocks be and e be a air connect no nkra no rate na e be a bibi ntro enya internet no. And on the average France per game no obo almost 8 shots on target o. Net is a potentially rich per game and can France bet me as a 8 goals o. But also at say rich say open defense and net so obi betimi awura mu a by some metrics ya media to joy it tells you say or say France team no attack no eno na timi ra side defense room now rich adeba ko so say wom no over expected goals of any side in this World Cup France and Ukraine 14.3 expected goals rich in total and at least among 1.6 more than any team in this World Cup, expected goals overall. This is another incredible record. Clearly, about 2 teams through set up. No, near the enemy weirding. Reaching him. The duo of Kylian Mbappé and Ousmane Dembele. On him saw Mumienu creating 19 chances na dia momo. Mbappé and then Dembele. And sa attack na nso ne aka ho asem say very deadly ehunye pa rich. Omumienu no, and yes for the whole team. Mienu chances omo created the amo ankasa mienu ho no. Aye 19. Mbappé aye 10 and a Dembele enso aye 9. So over this metric also, they can show the telepathic understanding between Mbappé and Ousmane Dembele. Rich, their assist skill is also there. There's Michel Olise. Rich Olise currently ono any lead in terms of assist. Why 5? Now the 5 now why no? Oba World Cup abakosemwa. Thomas Hassler and the year be 1994. Where he close our record no. But all time play okra record no year pan. Aye World Pele in the crack record since 1966. I'll make it 6 assists. Next is so listen at me as I see another assist. Which potentially will bet me or back Sazon. Return Made. A queer France bet me a fast assist Spain back any. But me patcho wadama yam for results be and tuja. Rich, far from the round of 16 wrong. Fabra semi-finals. Now me pamocho among fast results no. Yen show YouTube ni Facebook. Emfanche ahwefo ne etiefo ade. Rich, onim say offer France. The results and route to the semi-finals. Now offer the Spain attack. Spain has struggled in the last 3 matches at Wabo. Eba Bedru say upon say Onya wins no was struggling and san ultimate a winning defense one. Patriotti I say.
Okay.
But France no were so confident virtually a walk in the park for them. And the big boys they struggle, England, Argentina mo struggle to get wins no. France easily a walk in the park for them. Almost your opponent almost said your mope.
All right.
Rich, having said all this, yes, and you may know, my dear Baku will show the might of the French attack, Le Bleu. And no, and suddenly, about the Spaniards in the defense now, you want to say a watertight defense. Rich, a beba newie. Of course, minim say Spain wa dear bia. Say France are careful, not game no echo into extra time. And now, yes, I didn't also win ye. That super sap in Mikel Merino. Yes, okay. On the bet me as a game, but the quality of France, I want up front. Rich, trust you me, this game, me expecting a win for France. France be advancing to the grand finale of the ongoing World Cup.
Jude Owusu Bafo and I'm at insurance 4.5. Makasi say baby mienu and is streaming on Facebook. Insurance 4.5 FM and here Facebook. Obeso share YouTube. Insha TV. NT also no person show na. Obetumi akọ YouTube CCA no abo Insha TV dia shem obenya dwumadie no ahye our messages kakrana Fifi Manfred Mr. and so information here from YouTube. Daku Grant I say today there are 3 goals in the game. 1 goal to 2 goals to France and 1 to Spain. Okay. Daku Grant free UK and they are saying I see good morning Richardo. France are considered just 2 goals. Their defense is equally good as Spain. Our defense, the attack will decide the game. Ernest and this message at the Abraham Bismarck Kabina. France attack is one of the best, not the best, because Argentina has most goals. Okay, Bismarck also message or the Abraham and no AJ Ministries. Na mimio YouTube and Facebook so kakra AJ they say Rich, trust me, the French attack won't get easy to dominate Denmark because the Spain team will have more of the ball. Okay, AJ and now the same message at the Abreuko Facebooker Nana Che Gagai. Good morning to you everyone. Insure Passports is the best. I'm enjoying the show from Edwijama. France will beat Spain tonight. Out there, and on midnight, I said, this is my first time watching this man and it's incredible. Super analysis. Okay, midnight, and at this message at the Abeya Lincoln, Sewa, watching live from Sewa Lake Road, France, all the way. Greeting to Honorable Hamidou Bosonki DCE. Also, message out the Abeya and no Fifi Manfred, Mr. Good morning. Yeah. As I may do time to be free. Good morning. But I'm in tune. Come, you can know it. It is also a dear son in Tamianco. Was it? Oh, I'm from him. Minton from Patrick C. Demati. Good morning.
Patrick, how far?
Patrick, how to say?
I'm not done.
Offer breakfast and I know perhaps we'll free. Man, busy a poor mom. I know puzzle.
Mini,
if we di you
know, I don't eat in the morning. Mini,
Mati,
we are my coffee.
Mati,
mini,
Mati.
Now, you would say,
oh, Yamiadum. Mati say Chelsea player. And so the Chelsea to another Manchester City. Obviously, it's Manchester United. They're bigger. Me so okay.
Yes, we need to
Santos. I can't Onimbo. So to go abobo bibri. So what I say? Oba owura, you didn't run calling to us. Hey, Charlie. Say Timbu will say. So sad debate there now is settled. Settled.
Ghana to you.
Oba Chelsea no. O na sesa akwanye no.
What is the dream club?
The players don't make it to where you know.
Akobi fi South America ko Saudi Arabia. Friend say Ali Tifak.
Okay.
O say Tifak in the dream club. Tifak in reach in it. The Ben also there is a boy.
We need the Ben who dream this over about Tifak. Players omo kan grab back.
Teleprompters in him now. All can yes, all can. That is okay. I mean, I think say
of course.
The United for be penny a be a couple of seasons. No one be a legend. Brazil for have not had good success when it comes to midfielders at United. Okay, Fred. It do me require my friend Apostle Fred. But started come. Yeah. It didn't really end well. Casemiro was the twilight of his career by Manchester United. So I'm sure that for United fans, they won't care about player because now United is the best club in the world. But really, so it's me by United. Not born now. Me who is all ball with the Brazil and the 23 side or the captain. You're afraid to call the Brazilian national team. Some of us said there was no way Brazil will have proper midfield control without Andre Santos. Pesa World Cup squad now Ancelotti the Coelho. If he plays that football at Manchester United for 2 seasons, I'm telling you, Rich, you more the boy. I'm telling you, because Andre is a good player, and I think that I like the way Ineos have done the 2 midfield job. You know? They made the only me, and you make club cry and I say, yeah, the papa, I'll tell you about it because Ineos so said Tottenham for now could talk Matheus Fernandes for £85 million, one player. Matheus Fernandes in the West Ham team, he wasn't the best player. Jan Frena Manangwa could work for the Portuguese national team. Look at the midfielders here for Portuguese national team, apart from Vitinha, João Neves, Simone, and there were other players that are regular. But Matheus Fernandes did not get a shout in the Portuguese national team. But if you are going to buy for 85 million, United for something, no. We can't go and buy Matheus Fernandes alone for 85 million. When we can buy Yuri Tillemans for 35, and then add my friend is saying Andre Santos for 50, 85.
Who is proven?
Into 85 now, the Koto Matheus Fernandes. Yeah, they took place. Those all of them.
Almost our quality.
For Tillemans, like you are saying, or your Premier League proven. And Rich, and you play a beyond a resale value in the 29 or Boboka Kranun Timin Tono. For a club like Manchester United, and ideally those traditional big clubs, for a 29-year-old player. He plays and gives you 3 years. But at 3 years, no, he gives United stability. It is a new year. United should be playing it. And you say, yeah, and now I Champions League back. Now next season, I coach. Now one more in the Champions League. Now 2 seasons, one about Conference League. Now next season, no. You want stability. See, you know, United is not looking to win the Champions League or looking to win the Premier League necessarily. The plan is stability. But Champions League 2-3 generate the revenue more. Then after say you Tillemans, then you are beginning to bring in younger players who are also quality like Yuri. That is the plan. And I think for me, I 100% do agree with United for no with normally here. Meaning say World Cup in common meaning in SED. And now meaning so Xabi Alonso
interview
with Chelsea for Nhyira.
Yeah. I did.
Hey. Okay, say me way. And on I said one can't see me way. Which Xabi was asked about Enzo. Besides Xabi Alonso. Say Oba no. Only Enzo Fernandez a din commander. Which in that interview, Xabi say, yes, we're afraid Enzo nedin come. And a journalist no a pussy here. And on beside say that only Enzo din come. What was the input of the conversation? Does Enzo want to stay at Chelsea? Does he want to continue playing for the club Chelsea? Which Xabi say for Nkomo only Enzo did need a private. And what am I here?
So I'm disclosing Anna.
Yes.
Can person can interview now?
Because Enzo man the green light so person tonight. Enka he will disclose.
Everything so catch. Everything so abase. Every your catchers I will stay. But yeah man in Kaya.
Granted. Anything that make us say it means that Yemen in Kaya, and it means that it's same way to me. Say Enzo Castle Metna, but we have coach my catcher.
Maybe crowd them, you more walk up in me. Maybe there are 1 or 2 issues be like a person is settle and sana.
Then it means that Adjubra will mind.
Sure.
Because for all of us, after Madrid, they were 2 minutes, 2 months, a lot of Chelsea fans have become a little bit relaxed. So at least, club you need to bet me 120 million for Enzo Fernandez. No, why make us compare? But immediately the coach says that Omenina didn't come out, but I can't disclose the information. That the question was simple: does Enzo want to stay?
Yes or no?
I cannot disclose. It means that Enzo has probably told you, like you're saying, oh, me I met na, but me club no one come be a deal with respect to me wages, me contract extension, and I say me I met na, but me agent ne clubs me didn't come out into yen train kakra, and I me I met na, but what the yen to a boss kakra, rich, I don't know. A little bit of a worry about, and throughout the whole press conference, that was the only part when they pushed to ask him, Chabi said, "Ope Enzo," and I said, "Yes." He was clear. Said, "Ope Enzo Fernandez to stay in the club." I think that apart from that, every other thing was regular. Players, players, auto, who he wants to come in.
James also on Twason captain. Nicholas Jackson or Johnny Chelsea.
Exactly.
Or Precision.
Yeah. I mean, every other thing was regular.
He said there's someone new sorted
anymore. No.
Aye.
Should have fast. I see a two attacker.
Sir.
See a correct left winger.
Okay.
Say left winger, right wing when you be brave. Coupon beats my boy, Stava beats my boy, Pedro Neto beats my boy. Left wing gonna see a giant so I can't be trash in the car. A giant with a car. There's a cat only your friend is saying Jimmy by not getting this. Also fast.
So was not to place me. Sanya man is here you never. And a permanent cotia. This Moroccan midfielder.
Yeah.
Brandy Buadi.
Yeah.
Or Lenzi.
Yeah.
You got here say 100 million.
Yeah. Manchester City.
How
is the Unisca?
No, 100 million Kofi Mijitum.
Yeah.
The club now and answer the second club no. Ona 2 million na kutao. So what I say, enti nipa ne ba all price are open no.
Yeah.
And I bet you, but I think that sometimes players in the one price tag net down so no. Too much. Too expensive.
Rich, me know ya Jay.
Buadi no. Yes, we World Cup, but World Cup no buying. Dia no be.
Rich.
Well, me do World Cup. And we bought Lens for France.
Yeah, I think about Rennes rather.
Is it Rennes or Lens?
I think they start Rennes so police.
Okay, me check this here.
Rich.
I just it's too much. 100 million.
Me know what ya Jay.
Until that this time, since our players now first yeah na 100 million, 150 near Cotonou better. You won't do that again.
Yeah, as owners, you can't just be buying just because the market
is a quality or you can near funnel. So, and they Santos say, and Kofobiso or your move feature is any problem. You be funnel low key. Yet not sure.
That's an house own pay.
Me make us me pay.
But you don't start here and say,
I mean, my trans profile no. Yeah, I'm fair carry catching the massa. I could know good. He's very, very good, talented player. 50 yen tono. Yuri Telemans, Chelsea for Adamfo. Telemans! Edmund Evi. Cha. Let's see. Champions League in bed the rough.
And I'm going to tell him I'm a Yajuma.
It is a expensive place.
But I think that, are you Buadino? Senior can you walk up and go and go be 100 million?
Of course.
Which don't you think say, it is just how powerful a tool, how powerful a marketing tool the World Cup is? It is not just for brands.
Yeah.
The way Albert brand the way brand A ni din bo say na or go viral brand B. Only say the two technological companies are sponsor a World Cup no. Bako ne advert or say FIFA for one ni no was that see a bobo ni bi aduru baby ni ye foul and say bibisa FIFA should have a replay. No match row ask me person about company but start with L.
Okay.
Do you know why the referee's view that company needing that here. Plus all the screens in all the World Cup stadia was also sponsored by another technological company, only a popular TV producing company. So Timos only are not sure and also starting with H. No actually I say okay, this is also it's the marketing. And it's our marketing against Brazil one match, you know. And now you body red for it almost no. Yeah in G20, yeah in G30. Because before the World Cup, I feel that in terms of profile, your body is another Matteo Guendouzi. Engine recycle. Nothing, no real progressive. But City for no, they have the
World Cup now. Okay, Kevin Prince Boateng.
Yeah.
Before joining Ghana.
Yeah.
That time the team support what was saying.
Yeah.
Omoka administration.
Yeah.
But after the World Cup, the teams are not chasing Kevin Prince Boateng.
The market.
So I understand
level of the World
Cup.
The
World Cup level, no. So unya kubobi nkwadia. It will quite different level. But I think that still not anybody.
Oh yeah,
nobody. Leo.
Nobody.
Me checking the club is Leo.
It's Leo.
Yeah. Nobody. 100 million. No. Say about 40, 30, 50.
Yeah.
Level no.
Yeah.
Near the Ashenko Fubinti. Yeah, World Cup na.
30, 40, 50.
30, 40. You say player bia about 100 no year. Ebia Enzo Fernandez mo. On the anya he wa World Cup no.
Okay.
So we proving.
Say
Premier League no abo.
Senka, when say Vinicius Junior wanted to also use the World Cup.
Yes, I'm fa. Only as well could delete in now. Omra say United here.
Oh, he will stay at Madrid. But in say Rich, before the World Cup, Vini had a pending contract negotiation with Madrid to increase his wages to I think about 30 million. Now Madrid for no are worried about the fact that Ostatima Vini 30 Jude will want to come into 30. Mbappe in and around there. Like you have all the important players in the club going there. The World Cup did not help Vini. I'm telling you, Vini Nanke was semi-final, final of the World Cup by this time. They would have still been insistent on Madrid because it's a club bang apart from Barcelona. And a Vini be peso bakobo. I don't even think he would want to go to Paris Saint-Germain. So, oh yeah, young boy. My family honey example. Which only my biggest worry. That when I tasted radio, the first radio and media company that I joined was the biggest.
Nhyira FM.
So when you are living,
it's really free focus FM as a young student. I'm buying now multimedia Ghana, Nhyira FM. So it is difficult to make decisions. It has to be something really monumental before it helps you to make the next jump. It has to be right. And yes, so what you hope career-wise you are in trouble. 2, finance-wise, you can be in trouble, and that is the biggest thing I think Vini is facing. Oh, free Madrid are going.
Manchester United.
Ako is a
Kofi. Tea.
Come don't call Biak or down. Only radio Biak or down.
Kofi.
Very there too.
At the amount of the chair and Zibia. Champion League.
That is of course.
Apart from that, the amount of the chair. In terms of numbers, a supported team. Omon fan chain.
No,
Sika Omuni bin chain.
But football then Erikasa. It's the
size. It's Sika no pedia. We can give you money.
No, but yes, that's the thing because of free Brazil buy. What be who Sika no ha?
Hey, Tibajibia. Yeah, who's can be? Be.
You see,
how do I pay amount ye bet you money times 2.
Example na me make ano. You are not.
Matthias here.
Enka ofri ebi Osasuna ne ba Madrid a. Ko huska ke turn abis ka kese. But ofri the enya kra no abeji bozi. How many times 2 I'm getting the how many times 2 kra na. It doesn't really do so much for him. And for now, according to Marca, Jose Mourinho has called him and spoken to his entourage say Madrid for now committed to the extension. They may not be able to meet the exact amount of Vini pay, but he should understand say they want him to stay. And what we are hearing is that in a matter of weeks, Vini bets on a team and friend the football club Real Madrid, and I think that is going to be good for him and then good for the club as well for them to move forward. Rich, the story of the World Cup semi-final of the 2 European giants, I think say the first one is the other screen, you see. Mbappe versus Lamine Yamal. Meaning so kaya. When Mbappe broke onto the scene, it was at Monaco. And he was so dazzling and marveling to the extent say, if you are seeing said no. This is not a 16, 17-year-old boy too good. And with Mbappe, it wasn't with Madrid. It wasn't with Barcelona. It wasn't with the traditional big boys, no, Derby. It was in Monaco. You know, that Monaco team had Timo Bakayoko, Bernardo Silva. He had some very, very good names. You know, that level of the champ. I remember one time, Monaco versus Juve. 2016, 2017, thereabouts. Where Mbappe had caught the BBC, Bonucci, Bazzagli, Chiellini, right? Now authorizes senior defenders. That is where, for me, I thought that this man had arrived. But 10 years on, Ballon d'Or Komoro has evaded him to the extent that Dembele has come to win the Ballon d'Or. He hasn't. Now, I'm sure that in the mind of Kylian Mbappe, Sebibi will only maybe propelling it to win the Ballon d'Or. He knows that this season, any Real Madrid performance, because Madrid cannot give him that. But the one thing that can really be a springboard for him to win the Ballon d'Or in getting the French national team and winning the World Cup, or at least beat Spain and get to the semi-final. For Lamine, it's not necessarily filling the shoes of Lionel Messi, but he's the new poster boy of Barcelona. And Rich, to be very honest, Barcelona who talent, Papa. I'm telling you, I've seen the likes of Bojan Kekechimo, even when Ansoumani Fati broke onto the scene. But sometimes, Anna Brabo and life and how it happens to us now, it didn't get these players to where they've got into. Lamine is the new face. And for him to really instill himself, and pretty much press conference on Saturday, pressure to on one also. Or say this is the biggest match of his career. And match BN was such Saboa or money France for no Kwakabono. And he wants to play that game. He wants to be successful in that game. Omne France for Kwakabono. He knows that he's going to be very successful. Which the two teams no share in the Euros now saying. Yeah. Where the Spaniards were successful. Mm-hmm. And that's what Lamy said a couple of days ago. Said, Onu when he says France for be sure be with 30 teams that can almost Spain. Excuse me, because Omo no match Omo pay. And Omo are very confident say they can now go to toe with the team again. Which 37 official games unbeaten by the La Fuente and Mantia. And trust me, it's a good team. Any team you see, forget about the number of goals that they've conceded. They've just conceded 6 chances. 6 chances against them. And it is embedded in that style of play. So Spain for the bar. It is total control of the ball to the extent that before ball the ball counts. It is so far in your area, you find it difficult to create chances against them. And that is the strength of the Spanish national team. Which a team or 4 DLPs will be medium at any point in time. Otimibo, Fabian Rey, no about Rodrigo Cascante, Oya no about Pedri, but with one of them. Then as the game goes on, he can choose not to play Merino as a DLP, but push him up top as the box crasher for him to get goals for them. A lot of Arsenals in that team. And truly, it's a team that you need to be very, very careful of. But I think in terms of completeness, Rich, the French team is more complete in my opinion.
Okay.
Good goalkeeper, decent centre halves, good enough fullbacks, midfield. I think that here in the last few games, Campuno Chimene for whatever reason on Bono, no about Manu Kone. N'Golo Conte has not kicked the ball. One Fred Kamavinga. One Fred Eduardo.
N'Golo
Conte. Adrian Rabiot Mune control field. We are hearing that in this game he's going to play Orient. Then look at the use of the attackers when he goes on to go and play that game. Then how Abenti friend Kylian Mbappe has been good in this one. So
here's about I don't know. All of a sudden, they are not here sharp when you say him. When you have a couple of chances and no bugu.
Almost style of playing. When you look at Olazabal's chances, he gets, let's say in a game when you have 1 or 2 big chances. Now, almost all the teams, Europeans, I mean, say Spain, for Portugal, and Belgium, they did 2 things defensively. Set up in a mid to compact low block, depending on maybe a ball and at what time in the game that you are playing. Then, because Spain, for one of the biggest threat is finding this man, Dani Olmo, in between the lines. It's Russia against Portugal. The only time the Portuguese will exert pressure is when the ball gets to Dani Olmo in between the lines. Against Belgium, the only time that you see that the Belgians should be aggressive to press is when Dani Olmo gets the ball in between the lines. So ball call wide to Lamine Yamal. The defensive plan is what we did against the English. 2v1 versus Lamine. It's whoever is the outside center midfielder plus the fullback will come to defend against Lamine. Because Omen himself, the biggest threat of Lamine is when he cuts in onto his strong foot. And it's same for the other side when you play with Alex Baena. Both of them, any of the natural weight keepers. Lamine wants to influence the game and get goals, so he wants to come inside. Alex Baena is a natural winger. So he also wants to create from outside. but he works hard without the ball. And you see the La Fuente Penaseno from Atletico de Madrid, when he is playing the ball, he drops back to come and work in the middle of the park, no more preventing from breaking through them. So it's a good compact system. Now, so tactical ball, the French, we are expecting a Luca Digne. No, Paris Saint-Germain was a Luca Digne. Almost about to the Aston Villa. Who play on the left? Then William Saliba, Upamecano, Jules Koundé. Another back four here defensively very resolute. Then you expect to say you have Manu Kone, Adrian Rabiot, Michael Olise, Desire Doué, and a bunch of friends. Rich Unim. Maybe I did the champagne. But if I'm Didier, my game plan is simple. Allow Spain to be Spain.
Bono.
Yeah.
You take your moment. Because only more shit.
Spain ekita bona. The more Kubasi wants to break the lines, the more Emerick Laporte. And mind you, for Spain, almost two natural ball playing centre backs, natural left footer in Emerick Laporte, natural right footer in Pau Kubasi. So they want to naturally express and play the football. Marco Correa wants to do more or less like a wing back, or go and help the attack and come back. Then on the other side, you have Pedro Porro, also with pace. They will go and come. For me, that is where the trap is for the Spanish national team. Marco Correa, let them come in. Let Kubasi be constantly on the ball, want to break down the play. Then say, who turn you over possession with William Saliba, Rabiot? Like the first
you find Mbappe with his speed, no?
That is what Didier Deschamps did to Argentina. You see, Rich, who Marcus Rowe number for Marcus Rowe? Omogina Pam, Marcus Rowe, no patch on Mbappe. Then they call in the channels. I think that is, don't open up and make it too pinte for the Spaniards. Don't. Let them be Spain.
Okay.
But set trust for them. Press when it goes to Dani Olmo. Then, of course, go into the channels. I know that the La Fuente will think about that as well. Into one show, be to say, Kukurea Mono, he will not ask them to go too much. I feel like maybe in this game, maybe we don't have more of the ball, but he will count on efficiency. If Spain for now are very efficient, no Kitabo on exchange, they can convert their chances. The game, and the last game on board here 5-4 soon. I think that was the game. The Spaniards were more efficient. But if they can stop them and then make sure Somunya Boda will go into the channels, for me, my money is on France. I think that it's a much more complete side, a very good side. They have a lot of things in the arsenal to head the Spaniards. Good Spanish side. But in my opinion, I think say Omola stop any. Of course, if it goes any other way and Yami Admochina, okay, I will look at why I think that happened. But that is why I think the game is going to go rich. And then Champions League playoff matches in the Honum. Now me catches a Sunday, you know. The boys won some good money. In TNA, Miyama coach Kakrenko Fikesi na Champions League playoff matches no. Yema boys think Konko Trebi no mon first one no. A BW 62A EFFBD. Second one a BW 62A EE950. Third one a BW 62A ED883. Fourth one a BW 62A EC1BC. Fifth one a BW 62A EB887. Rich. These are the codes. I need if you go figure see I'm on Fifi Manfred, all social media handles on Savekari.
Okay. Message be me Sabina Yemrefi YouTube. Sylvester Mensah says Spain is not conceding too much because of the they control the game. They defend very well by controlling the game. France can only rely on their prolific attack, but Spain will control the game. Spain to win. Sylvester Mensah. And Odessa message at the Abraham. Bodi Patrick say Argentina waiting for Spain for the World Cup final. England is too easy for Argentina to handle. Okay, China, but Tibia, papa. What was it? Yeah, England, yeah, too easy. I go on both bow. Yeah, my friend boy is not catching. Yes, I see. I don't really believe France will collapse the so-called good records of Spain today. Yes, Another some message, about Father Dixon. I said today will be the easiest game for France. Spain has nothing to offer in this game. Father Dixon, on this message, by enough of the messages. Na yamrafie enifie enkomono ene bepese ye share Nations FC. Nyame eya adoma omu gina Ghana name na omakosia ya name the CAF Confederations Cup nu because omu na GMTN FA Cup no DC omu enaso na onbobo anuma omu ye na nim se before ababo Africa ni ade no ese CAF ba no be inspection baby abobo games ni ade asa no megya tum no abo games o ha ozo timi abo ho na enim se Nations baby on bom games eya brankese na nemu na no pen ye ne om CEO Kennedy Boachansa edin komo na ode ade sede bi ato regional minister enim ene aban nso enim yentie CEO edema Nations FC Kennedy Boachansa na ento adwumadi no so emfa emama
kakra pise mini atam akoyini min
fawino na am say we need to tune matie for mo fanche you need to tune mo kakra na yenti Kennedy Boache ansasiu edema Nations FC adisradia omo ade ato regional minister Dr. Mwakoyini edna abaino na yentibi okay
my prehom kakra pise many other time akoyini min shanenda that is our central regional minister but I think yambo insema the young man we say I have watched the things that he's done on social media and one of the things that strike me most asukwa interchange na other bridge on painting somewhere ABBA na FPI and the beautification of that place na ABBA abo kumasemanya abakumasa efe that the best asya na say sibia kwetma ewe nsum de nkone penifo so intimin boan kambom na nke kwana efri putuja kwa kusi abono nkometma boa na nke amuntimi nyef nti ebesre Dr. Frank Amakwen yebesre mefa wo fidike say so na ya nkasa so ya say abadada na intimanya musume ya moye fi say Nations FC epija ma yenkwa pijama Ashanti region totality intimanya for fidike so na menfa ntum benefit ni na nke kwa no between the next 2 months mpuno commercial no money mbo so na biada takwami choose sports complex but you meet all the preliminary requirement but the akane requirement
okay enti any CEO adema Nations FC Kennedy Boachansa na 17 ni tietie na so almost raban titi regional minister say ekwan na ekọ abrankese from Aputoda ade kono ekwan no enyenyenyenyenyenyenyenye na kafo for no ba no mo fa sa kwan so ahwe ekwan no nko akeke ebe mo maka so omo game no ebo eye abrankese wonti almost raban say aban na fixing road no emfa emom na me ka say Nations technical team no Oma bifini up. Oma say Drasko Lugarasic from Croatia. Ona say the team no at the Emano na Johnson Smith or say ono ne no assistant na fi wasanso the U side of Nations FCT. Ano the sadia Kennedy Boachansa so no at the to empenufo and at the quantum person yehwesa asem we and say Sakafu for na anja brankese antuma it means that I will say Nations game no the Baba Stadium. You know, the situation currently I Baba Stadium. I mean, Sanya Baya Yena between a savage situation. No, I think Yen Tiwon not a crown in any chance. I'll buy between a young Bibia. Yen when a crown for Momo. And in your Canadian Meka Ayala Kohobai. Honestly, I can't the same thing. Say, Kwanye terrible. Very, very terrible.
Good. Rich, I better say, maybe not so, but 30 seconds on Zrasko Lugarasic. Where Madame Fopa, Mini Papa, and Yenchakra, me body power, only say a local game, Lydia. Ye did that, me body power. But I coach back on so I bro Ghana football, Mupa. Yes, so be a bro, no. ono na okay ya nua be Seidu ekopamo ni training grounds obo se so sa ye pamo ne sa o si ami afi okasa no usu but that notwithstanding he's a good coach. Let me if you are Kenya nyina do go ma here akwa coach
sika akono team
akwa nyina da ade ni Rich nations one by CAF criteria. When him say Ghana football Premier no also cry license A and son wait me at na bench as the head coach. Division 1 they are flexible even with license B to meet na bench as the head coach. But Premier they are sit here. And a per CAF criteria and so no Rich it is her. And you know license A Johnson Smith NB. Yankayo okra license B. When him say time na Smith person license A no. So time na expose ne buy no. Almost all his activities ni na no. Enti oni bi as a matter of fact. Enti no obey he obi. No e will be. Ne dia support. No nti na match Rasco Lugarosic. Abem. And yes, seriously, Johnson Smith is a very good coach.
Yeah,
very good coach. And I know the coach salvage situation ma basekeno. I don't know maybe or the kotoko you side that say has or can say what destroy or mono. I mean very good coach, but that is the reason. See, sometimes class be one on the first certain coaches and yes say a pill, but because of sir license and issue no. Okay, it's just a career and maybe anka kotokonya problem. Dr. Kwame Chi time no. Rich, and you know yamra issue na that board na so. Sure, the only say Yenya Kennedy Boachi ansa wanka bibia about Abrankesi Stadium no uti cause I know a private property. Minim sa Abrankesi adwuma kakra ho okon ma me mako akwa okra dressing rooms for and the level no e was so okọ stadium ho na hwe facilities ne how omo e ho e me madam fubi o agent we Portuguese yet stadium ho rich miss Oshe stadium no onni nua ne buy na yo mo say one man na why sa de no e ho no mo recommend Dr. Kwame Chi but rich no crepa ni say lightning issue ne the problem kakra ho say no so omo ye
they'll fix.
Yes, they would have to fix it. Rich, sir, a quine diana ya can once no. So pe Ghana ha and Ashanti region, baby bako pa and can a strategic point pa in terms of business activities and can bet me use pa dia diska. Unim sanka ye lake ono. Because of Lake Bosomcheno. Can bet me a lot of activities. Tourist site kesiye. But the typical Ghanaian mentality, I say, Bibi am fire hunti, ya tu bibi a jejem. Say, abai a kwai we ya. Ka onye ma Nations FC. Aya bi ama Ghana nyina ana meboa. Enye Nations FC. Na so on the CAF competition na obo. How many months no the bebo? But the moment obe and ade ba ko a abai ni timi esa kwan na ono big time credit e de ma no. Cause amount for a super rich me ma fa kwan ni so afa he kwan ba kwa wo fa so hu na wusu emfutro ne se de kwan ni nya se de sitie no enti do do na na omo ko ha omo ntimi inform private cars enko titu so private car no e wo form a
me kai time Black Stars ni nya ba bi mo training back ma se no you don't call players complaints
na so omo ba crash bus nkra na share their respective body language na say clearly no omo adwa it's rich sabai ni timi akwan na anka eye anka ebebo no aban na mpo enya politics ne by reality no any eka because stadium ne dia enya state ne dia private man e dia enti no say na Dr. Kwame Chi sports stadium hono say ye bo CAF organized competition bia ho no ma apart from security ebeba ho no ma was say ye ti sika edemom no state ni ntimi nji sika bia te say dia Asante Kotoko bo against Cotton Sport Guard wa ye ti no yentimi nti sai sika no but also at a point na say enti na nke advantage kese edma his ana ene ne ma no say ankom bebo ball no e wo ho na sa support ne nso akọ but rich unfortunately reality o me see enim CAF standard CAF criteria o say CAF kra no say o say prelims na say a o miamra no mbebere but ye boku enim na e ba be rama ni zone na group stage onom no e na o miamra num by name be a too basic and only there even at the prelims who here
e be a quite leading to stadium wonya
untimi nyim free mu
where the officials are
yes on say omo nim and race uni ma dey we nso no anka Dr. Frank Amoako in adwuma abo ba be bisa ho say adwuma we dey asoma no uni dey enti asoma no rich akwan na da ho na ye ka no and your billions in poor trillions as a mere coon. Pastor sort of point
and a young player. Obey the just
few
days be a fixed coin.
No, and yet, and to say.
They say, Baba said him so, and yet,
Dabio, nations in to me for an into Baba house. Make I Barbara Sports Stadium when a baby and go stars African and compare or bonus or the when your opportunity. I'm fine, I'm more honum. In Swatreman, so can Swatreman. On also any opportunity because no and then the first option go stars a case on to me more in the venue. I know when him saying to me who's no. Okay, that was the place and uncle but so sad. But the eka on reality they say Nations FC. Yes, this say be auto fan cry.
The idea down and I'm in di Baba Stadium Hunkomi. Pitch a fena sebi yakofa a second yede adewo kitchen. Yedi tutu from the area da benich and who tell bibia it seems I here na brankese no calf for no ba no man yanto baba na so enye ready
mo pe crocodile don't bow. But how are they going to do this road before the season starts and they do it? It's not feasible.
Yentimi like yentimi nya na sapetin bi momo
so akwan no ko sapetin
nkisu ni emfa sapetin bi nguso for the meantime mo I want to emphasize something in so.
There be. So can go at whose cost? States. No, as somebody yet the real road maybe just because of Nations FC. No disrespect Nations FC, but because of Nations FC. No, they won't do it. Near likely.
Baba has said it was available.
Say be a NSC boss say be one more year. Before the season started, most likely that one is.
But I'm sure say video no and come on some for maybe Baba has said him there no.
Oh, any day.
Go video yi na near the you. Omo de sekan you. And I know omudi tutu. And omo kututu grasses ni go baby no omudi dua.
Say effectiveness ni there. It may not be as effective like I said, but maybe ometimi recover grass now by NSC problem and that one also goes back
seriously sometimes I won't say he didn't come in here can say yeah football nation and I'm through as a good you know you need a job born your pay but investment they are born your pay baby we are here be only my I'm on for a far gone I'm pa sebi ye who am po so am football nation some come on nibi. But yene a football nation, your call clubs have 5. Yeah. I mean, that should depict.
It was a good attempt.
Basic things. It
was a good attempt by Kennedy Boachiansa to rope in the Ashanti Regional Minister, but Mr. don't put the Ashanti Regional Minister into a place where he doesn't want to be. It's a government and budgeted for South Carolina.
A better yeah, because there's a parliament. It's a
really long shot. It's a really long shot. And Rich. Meme de bia meka enya ban we enya ban watwamu konkwa for me I would die on the hill of government participation. And I was on TikTok and I made chance on a video on a Norwegian fan and I got an ibisa and say Argentina Norway. You see Rich, why did we scrap the betting tax in its entirety? Norway for want to say omukromo snow it's not conducive for football.
Okay.
All year round, especially in the northern part of Norway, it's the Arctic. Maybe a board of one. It's one of the coldest places football was played last season in the Champions League. So it is not conducive. They be out snow better. But they find a way. It is the proverbial story of Senia Abuan Tatia during the times of a channel. Or foreign I would to for no question. It is so tono shemo di. Na sebe kwasi ampeni esu oto na ebu no near the. So you see, for them, everything gambling. The government takes the money, gives it to the federation. Into my indoor stadium across. It is not about near Tobemba.
Yes, only a
finding creative ways to get it, and they look for the ways because Rich Obianka said Kojibeti for Nesika. But there's a part of that money that can go into it.
I bet me get developed.
Today we still talk about alcoholic beverages. Alcoholic beverages
a
huge source of revenue for us for our food. So but as it stands now, consistently government after government after government don't want to take the toughest decision because Bankers Association of Ghana, Betting Association of Ghana, so we don't take the right steps. Media, you can blame the people that you blame, but governments that have come and gone.
No, that's the kind of Yenti. What do I say? 5% in the crown is one. At least 2. Yeah. 2 no. What the Mbo was kind of no. With the idea say
10%.
10%, right? Okay. What a 10 and 5.
Yeah.
What I say? 5 in the idea. So that's the kind of Benyano. You fail steady. I say you between the Akushim. You developing in I'm a football net. I said, baby, I do know. And the baby, you said, baby, I'm about Black Stars about baby, I'm training.
About I think I'm about a couple of months ago. I was driving from Accra to Kumasi, and as a Kumasi to Accra, and I meet here when they do me chrome and you from south side no. So we love FM Kumasi. I switches to Joy. T automatically switch Joy. And I meet here Yampo Fanka, NSA boss, and the secretariat of the sports fund. Who's the sports fund on my passing? Which in the explanation of the sports fund, the most important thing is the source of revenue.
Maybe a business cano.
Yes. Up to stand now, there is no clarity. One thing in your sports fund, you pass it. But a bear white elephant, because we will not get money to go there. Only maybe a get fund. Get fund is the biggest source of fund in education in this part of the world. Where do we get the money from? From taxation. Taxation here, it is as clear as that. So in sport, if you want to go for it, Rich, you enjoy the waffling. Ochinabo Dr. Baumia, the next list, Baba, me say, if any of the two political parties, the next election, if for me, then personally I won't vote. If I will vote for any of the parties, you need to give me proper, credible document on sports. It shouldn't be always be work as usual.
So there be a World Cup near level 1, you be nyani adiabano. Run 32 groups in here, yaba. Ain't serious back cry. But I have predicted winning McBerry biscuits, McBerry butter biscuit, and after McBerry London oat digestive biscuit, dead. Yeah, Barbie Chebby so any t-shirt and a chair into friend now, na ya maubi, but and then minka say, semi-finals, their phone and count into our be friend will be dino. Ke edu phones no de buy any they call finance no enti nyame adoma finance no ye better phone and so the account ke edu gas and oven and so open gas oven papa no akwa kotobi na mo amoye aduane eton ne mo amo eye no fie na no so matimi ayusu ahoza 3220 83581 83582 83583 ofra yam pacho odi o ID card so yenye papa na yenko first caller hello
Richard me Donkor.
Pacho Udi. Nana Poku. Me Pacho France Spain. I know about Joe Niamana home. Okay.
So go back for the loop.
Yeah, that's a pa. It's a young corner game, so Spain France.
Oh, no, 2 against Spain. 2-1.
France better 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a pa. Nana Poku. Second caller, hello.
Santiago Jado.
Yes, sir.
Donkor me do nya hini.
Pacho odi o ID card so.
Che ba for Collins.
Che
ba
for Collins.
Yeah, Jado.
Okay, France Spain.
A 2-1 in favor of France. France will qualify.
Okay, yate. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Richard no.
Yami adom Pacho odi. Daniel Nelson. Okay, Daniel Mensah. Sorry. But France, Spain.
Which Spain better 3-1.
Spain better 3-1. Okay, that's it. Next caller. Hello. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Pacho Udin.
Yeah, Pacho. Benji. Sevilla.
Who's Udin here saying?
Benji, Sevilla.
Udi o ID card ne so na Benji no. Japan Benjamin. Inti kanu na Benji dey send any ID card. Okay, France ne Spain one eche.
France is to qualify.
Okay, yate, that's it. And patro fraud Udi na ID card so boy no na yenko why. Hello.
Wait.
Yes sir, patro Udi.
Patro Midiani Joel. Joalale. I had not come in.
Okay, Pacho France, Spain.
Pacho France 2, Spain 1.
France 2, Spain 1. Next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Richard. And I want to say,
I'm here, Dom Pacho Dean.
I am Q Dixon.
Q Dixon, right?
I look at all. Saturday to be the video and no customer begging you.
Omeje odi ahun.
David Meji.
Oh, bet me aba. Why?
Bate.
Pacho France, Spain.
France special 1 name.
France special 1 name.
That's right.
Okay, yati. Q di no. Hello.
Look at your comments.
Pacho say. Alexander Dien. Ata Awusu.
Yeah.
Okay. Alexander, France, Spain.
Number 1.
France are qualified. Okay. Last caller. Na infantry homra. Hello. Sorry. Hello.
Hello, Richard.
Yes, Pacho Odin. Good morning.
Collins Kofi Nyamiche.
Alex Kofi Nyamiche.
Collins. Marini di crowd or I mean energy. I mean, time I'm making abeje.
Okay. Also, didn't hear Collins there.
Kofi Nyamiche.
Okay, Collins Kofi Nyamiche. Already wedding can we back or how?
Mpacho.
Onya timer. No abeje. Why?
Mpacho you.
Okay. And France, Spain.
France Bishop 3-1.
France Bishop 3-1.
Exactly.
Okay. Pacho yedase. Me entwe homra. Na moya modi abani na nyame adom na ebemu a Macberry butter biscuit and Macberry landing oat digestive. Yebecho biscuit ni bi. Yebesan ama eche na t-shirt na fe fine no de ho and ye de phone ba beka ho no ke edu gas and oven and so at the earphones at the aba e de beka ho na fe acheni na etimi e de amam ye ba sisi yi na ato so ame eya adoma omu gina Ghana name na omakosia ya name our the CAF Confederations Cup no because omo na GMTNF Cup no this see omo enna so na hombobo anu ma omo ye na nim say before ababo Africa ni ade no ese CAF ba no be inspection be bia abobo games ni ade asa no be giatum no abo games o ha ozo timi abo ho na nim say nations be bi ombo games e ya brankese na nemu na no pen ye ne omo CEO Kennedy Boachansa edin komo na ode ade sede bi ato regional minister nim ene aban nso enim yentie CEO edema nation FC Kennedy Boachansa na ento adwumadi no so emfa emama
fact do ma prehom kakra fi se mini
Fawino na mse we no twitwini matie for mo fanche yi ni twitwini mu kakra na yentie Kennedy Boachi ansasio edema Nations FC adisrade a omo ade ato regional minister Dr. Mwakohene edna aban no na yentie okay
my prehom kakra fi say many other time akohene mean Shanada that is our Central Regional Minister but I think yembo insema the young man we say I have watched the things that he's done on social media and one of the things that strike me most asokwa interchange na other bridge on paintings from ABBA na FPI the beautification of that place na ABBA Apo Kumasemanya Amakumasa F that the best area na say Sibian Kwetma we nsum there nkone penifo so intimi boan kambom na nke kwana a free putuja kwa akosi abono nkometima aboa na nke omuntimi nyef nti ebese Dr. Frank Amakwen ebese mefa wo fi de kese so na ya ankasa so ya sen say abanada na intimanya musoma ya moye fi say Nations FC epiga ma yankwa pijama Ashanti region totality intimanya for fidi so na men fan tum penefeni na nke kwai no between the next 2 months in Pune commotion no nyembo so na bia the Takwame Chase Sports Complex but you meet all the preliminary requirement but the akane requirement
okay enti ani CEO adema Nations FC Kennedy Boachansa
na sam ne titini ne tietie na ne so omo sra ban titi regional minister say ekwan na ekọ abrankese from Aputoda ade kọ no ekwan no enyenyenyenyenyenyenyenye na kafo for no ba no mo fa sa kwan so ahwe ekwan no nko akeke ebe mo maka so omo mo game no ebo eye abrankese wontu omo sra ban say aban na on fixing road no emfa emom na me ka say nations technical eye team no omo be fini up omo say Drasko eye Lugarasic from Croatia ona say dom the team no e de ema no na eye Johnson Smith o say ono ne be no assistant na afi wasan so the U side of eye nations FCT ano eye de said ya Kennedy Bua chance so no e de to eye empanifo nim and at the quantum person yɛhwɛ asɛm wi and say kafofo na anja abrankase antuma it means that I will say nations game no the baba stadium na betway eba ye omadi 10 years hooray na betway say omo eba ye in fact yaso mu kama pa na omadi 10 years yi na said ye na betway there omo ba ye omo a lot of innovations and aba into a betting na nipa so nyamu mfa so bebre na omguso omo hwemu kena and into bro omo adi 10 years yi omo say it's your turn enti kosoa na etwa bet na awo aye bet to a World Cup yikoso bet on every moment of the action na onsoro bibia enkoye emfama yusu bet we app no fetwa bet na bibia no enye kama emfama uni 8 years ampacho sa agude untimi enibisan so na been regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Get way more betway and so edie enono akosi
Governor, ya kwade na ene ya small boy ni birthday. Yes, and then
Chairman birthday,
yes, of course. Afel Adum Jamra Yankee.
Oh, nice.
Na other day na make also pe
skate no.
Kwabna.
Well, you know,
I say I know the bedin body. I don't know the birthday.
Oh, I don't happy.
Yeah, we say na wadapa. Kwagu happy birthday nyame sure na omo nyine mra me penyini pa na Ghana so enya eso emfaso afel Adom Jamra Yankee happy birthday
Gabi banu no
enjo beba
Gabi banu
besa bentina ne masum bebu
Gabi to me banu say all this kit na kan with them say mboko ajimo
ne ka benye so okay
etiefo emfam nsia ne enkofa adom kase no emfa emam yeba obra at 1 Tuesday edition ema benwa anitim no I set Lady Gold nom na omfa dwumade no emfa emre sisi ade adom kase na eto aso Richard ni yakra mu dina